Welcome to NBA Imperialism Part 2, the next, the sequel, the squeakquel, Redux, redone. We have a map in front of us of every single NBA team, and we're going to be playing the game like Risk to determine who is the true superpower of America and a little bit of Canada. Who is the most dominant franchise in the NBA? The rules work like this. Team gets run on the spinner. Slowly. Can I zoom it? There you go. Team gets run on the spinner. So the Oklahoma City Thunder, you go, okay, here are the Thunder on the map right here. Bam. You look at the Thunder, you go, okay, what direction do the Thunder want to go? We pull up another spinner. We go, bam, spin to win. Which way do you want to go? And they want to go to the right, to the east. And so you pull up the map again and you go, okay, here you are, Oklahoma City Thunder. They're going to the right. Come in. Paint this, make it look a little nicer, make it look nice for the ladies. And then the Thunder, bam, they're here, they're good, they're bigger, they're growing, and one of the players on their team gets a 1 overall boost. If, however, they were to go south, it'd be a 1v1 tournament, winner take all of who is the better team, 1-game playoff. The winner goes on, gets a 1 overall boost to their best player, and they steal the best player from the losing team as well. In this case, it would be the Dallas Mavericks. So say Luka Doncic would be going over to the Oklahoma City Thunder. That is NBA Imperialism. If you're confused, just stick along, join the ride, have some fun, and here we go with the first team of NBA Imperialism. I'm going to change up some of the rules, like teams can't spin multiple times in a row because we had some of an issue where this wheel wasn't truly random. So I'm going to take off both the team if they win or if they lose, just so that we have a little more diversity in what's going on. So the Phoenix Suns are the first team. You look at the Suns, they don't really have a lot around them. They've got, the Jazz to the north, the Lakers to the west. But other than that, if they go south, you can't really do that. If they go to the right, they get a free state in, that's not Arizona, that's New Mexico, ? We didn't spin them yet. So here we go. Spinning, what direction do the Phoenix Suns want to go? And it looks like they want to go south. You can't, idiots. That's Mexico. What's wrong with you, Phoenix? They're going northeast. What direction would that be? That looks like Denver to me. Kind of a weird border where they're going to hop through New Mexico, just go right around the Jazz, but it's going to be the Phoenix Suns now with Kevin Durant as their superstar starting small forward, taking on Denver Nuggets, 2-time back-to-back MVP Nikola Jokic. Now, I personally am not going to be doing any changes to the lineups or the rosters. I might make them just a little bit better, rock a 9-man rotation, make sure the best players are playing. So, for example, we have the Nuggets, Jamal Murray, KCP, Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, Nikola Jokic, Thomas Bryant, Bruce Brown, Zeke Naji, Michael Green. I mean, that looks perfectly fine to me. Looking at the Suns, we have injuries turned off. So it's going to be Cliff Paul, Devin Booker, Josh Okogie, Kevin Durant, Cam Payne, Torrey Craig. So like in this instance, I think I'm going to put in Torrey Craig at the 3. What is the natural position? I'll put in Torrey Craig at the 4, just so that the best players are in. So Cliff Paul, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Torrey Craig, DeAndre Ayton coming off the bench, Cam Payne, Darius Bazley, TJ Warren, and Damian Lee. Gonna be a great matchup here. The other thing that I forgot to mention, as well as we are not gonna be actually playing, we're just gonna be sitting and observing, is that the team that is getting invaded is the home team. So the Phoenix Suns on the offensive, going into Denver, looking to steal the Joker, looking to steal Colorado as their own territory. And there you go. Joker loses the tip to the more athletic DeAndre Ayton. Cliff Paul bringing up the ball. We'll watch the first possession. Why not? Got Devin Booker, got Kevin Durant, got Nikola Jokic, got Jamal Murray. A lot of these players don't get enough credit that they should. And DeAndre Ayton on the roll, lays it up over Aaron Gordon. 2 points for the attacking team. On the other side is the Denver Nuggets, hoping to run away. I think the Nuggets were strong in the last video. Of course, the Joker eventually, I think he gets moved to another team. Regardless, here we go. Joker, post up, fading, and missing. Oh, no. Kevin Durant bringing the ball up the court. Is he going to pull it from 3? No. Devin Booker, is he going to pull it from 3? No. Nobody's going to pull it from 3. Boy, the Devin Booker, Cliff Paul, Kevin Durant kind of 3-man game is going to be lethal, as Cliff Paul is going to the free throw line. We're just going to simcast right through this. No need to watch as I press the wrong buttons. I'm panicking, man. I'm freaking out. But here we are in the first quarter. Suns jump out to a little lead. Now the Nuggets back and forth game here in the second quarter. A little bit of a lead for the attacking Suns yet again going into the third. Really close contest. Now the Nuggets jump out to a lead, jumping into the fourth quarter. 84-83. Who you got? Nuggets or Suns? I think I'm going to go Suns just because they got the best player. They got Kevin Durant. Injuries are turned off, and it looks like they're going to be walking away victors in this 111-113, and That's all she wrote. Sorry, Denver. Sorry, Nikola Jokic. You are going to become a Phoenix Sun. Jamal Murray did everything he could, 38, 5 and 5. Maybe he's the best player on the Denver Nuggets. Nikola Jokic had a quiet game. 33 minutes, 17 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. Kind of uncanny for the Joker. He's normally a lot better than this. Rest of the team didn't do anything. Aaron Gordon, 9. Bruce Brown, 9. KCP, 8. Michael Porter Jr., 7. Disappointing game for the Denver Nuggets. As for the Suns, Kevin Durant, 32, 10 and 5. Great game. 19 and 9 for DA. Cam Payne, 17 off the bench. Book gave you 16. Cliff Paul gave you 13, 5 and 13. That is an interesting stat line as the Suns walk away champions of the first game. So Denver, gone. Deleted off the map. Your territory getting taken over by the Phoenix Suns. It is definitely interesting here how they got kind of like a little strip here of land, a little Strait of Gibraltar, like the Panama Canal here. Anybody can attack them and cut off their supply lines, but that's all right because this is not real imperialism. This is NBA 2K23 imperialism. That means on the spinner gets thinner. Suns, I'm going to take them off just so they don't repeat. I don't know what this is. Sure, do that. Did we do something? Who knows? And the Denver Nuggets are officially the first team to get eliminated. 2-time MVP. It doesn't matter. Not even the wheel respects Nikola Jokic. So making sure Nikola Jokic is a Phoenix Sun, and we'll be also ensuring that we give this player an additional stat point up. One thing that I forgot every now and then in the last 2.5 hour video that many of you were very pleasantly happy to remind me about my stupidity. So thank you for that. Kevin Durant officially a 97 overall, as well as Nikola Jokic, 2 97s, D-Book 92, Cliff Paul 86 overall. This Sun squad is going to be lethal in NBA imperialism. Goodbye, Denver. Next team on the list, and we have the Houston Rockets looking to get out of the basement. What direction do the Rockets want to go? Spin the arrow, spin, 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 and it's going to the right. Okay, kind of an interesting choice there. They're going to be attacking New Orleans. You'd think they'd go after maybe San Antonio. Maybe by default, they'd go after the Dallas Mavericks, but they are going after New Orleans. The Rockets versus the Pelicans. I got to say, I don't like their odds. Rockets are going to be the away team. I think in the last video, they actually had a little bit of a run before getting eliminated, which is surprising because in real life, they're the worst team in the NBA, but the Pelicans were the 1A to the Lakers, who eventually went on to win. Spoilers. So I assume this is going to be a beat down. You got Kim Porter Jr. versus CJ McCollum, Jalen Green versus Herb Jones, and then that's where the competition stops. Kenyon Martin Jr. versus Brandon Ingram, Jabari Smith Jr. versus Zion Williamson, and Alperen Şengün versus Jonas Valanciunas. I gotta say, I don't like the Rockets' odds. That being said, the rest of the players, the depth isn't completely one-sided. So if the Rockets can pull this off, feel a huge weakness at the power forward position right now with the Zion Williamson, that could be a pretty competitive team. But there you go. Houston Rockets win the tip. Kevin Porter Jr. bringing the ball up the court. Got CJ McCollum on him. Might be a bit of a mismatch. CJ, not known for his defensive prowess, but they are certainly respectable. ISOing up, just like the Rockets do in real life. No ball movement, no player movement. Kevin Porter Jr. pulls up, and he makes it from... Is that even mid-range? That's short range, right? Herb Jones bringing the ball up the court for the other team. There's no true point guard in this starting lineup for the Pelicans. So Herb Jones is going to hand it off to CJ. Going to get a screen from nobody. Another dribble handoff. What is this play? I don't know what's happening. It's going to be an Herb Jones, Jonas Valanciunas screen and roll. Get your two worst players in the starting lineup the ball. Jonas pushes Alperen Şengün out of the way. Almost gets his shit blocked. Jabari Smith Jr. modifies that shot just enough. Kevin Porter Jr., Kevin Martin Jr. bring the ball up the other way. And this will probably be our last possession. Ooh! KPJ misses from 3. So simulating in first quarter, the Rockets jump out to a huge lead. Do we have an upset alert already? 52-32 here going into halftime. The Pelicans need to storm back, making a little bit of a push here down to about a 15-point game, 13-point game going into the fourth quarter, 83-70. This game is closer than it looks, and now the Rockets are starting to extend their lead. Looks like we're not going to have any close games as the Rockets are prevailing 106-90, 109-90. Holy crap, the Rockets upset the New Orleans Pelicans. Wow. Okay, Brandon Ingram, 32-2-1. CJ McCollum, 18-6-2. Jonas Valanciunas, 15-6. Zion, where were you, bro? 14 points in 34 minutes, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, but that is not enough from somebody who's, what, a 91? Overall, Jalen Green popped off, 30 points for him. Tari Eason popped off. Kevin Porter Jr. was solid. Jabari Smith, Alperen Şengün gave you 10, 11, and 5. Even Frank the Tank, the new edition 10, 5, and 3. Who would have thought the Rockets would upset the Pelicans? So the Pelicans runner-ups in the last video officially eliminated. And just a little smidge action here. Little Photoshop badassery for you. And the Rockets extend into Louisiana. Can't really see them. Can I make that nicer for you guys so you can get like a glimpse? Is that too much? How about some like, yeah, there you go. Look, the Rockets, they're growing. Make sure we update the roster. Even though we had a lackluster game, I think it's pretty apparent that Zion Williamson is the best player on the Pelicans. He's going to be going over for, God, get Dyson Nix off the team. And he'll be getting the 1 overall bump as well. I know Jalen Green kind of seems like an appealing piece, but if we can just continue to get Zion Williamson up to into the 93 overalls, that just makes too much sense. Zion Williamson, now a Houston Rocket. Who is the next team? Pelicans. Get off my team. This spinner gets thinner. Spin the wheel one more time. And it's going to be the Timberwolves. The Golden State Warriors. They don't really have a lot of directions they can go. It's pretty much take on the Kings or the Lakers. And they want to go down. They want to go south. What direction is that for your Golden State Warriors? That is south. Warriors versus Lakers. Another really great matchup to start this off. What a matchup. The Golden State Warriors, former NBA champions, struggling at this point versus the new look Los Angeles Lakers. You got Steph Curry versus D'Angelo Russell, Klay Thompson versus Malik Beasley, Andrew Wiggins versus LeBron James. Now I put Rui Hachimura in the starting lineup over Jared Vanderbilt. I think it makes a little more sense with his shooting, offensive versatility. Obviously not as much of a defender, but him versus Draymond Green, and then Kevon Looney versus Anthony Davis. I can't wait to see these games in real life, if we're being completely honest. But the Warriors really is struggling franchise at this point, while the Lakers are struggling even more. So in 2 Life, struggling franchises. In 2K, incredible. Gonna win the championship probably if he did the resimulation. D'Angelo Russell, new Los Angeles Laker. Is he gonna be able to put this team over the top? Remember, the Lakers are defending Imperialism champions. Maybe they get eliminated in game 1. If they win, they pick up Steph Curry. So that's a pretty good consolation prize. Kevon Looney grabs the rebound on the miss. Steph Curry pushes it up to Draymond Green. Who's dribbling? Is he going to do something stupid? Is he going to do something silly? Kick you on the balls. Call you the B word. And Klay Thompson pulls up for 3. Miss. Do we get like one basket? Anthony Davis kicking it. Rui Hachimura out of control. King James, the NBA scoring leader, grabs the screen, grabs the roll, kicks it. Malik Beasley for 3. Miss. I got to get one basket, man. I know it's been a whole minute of in-game time. Somebody score. Stephanie Curry dribbling the ball. Got a mismatch for sure. And Klay Thompson is taking a tough, fading, long 2. Miss. It's just misses, man. It's Hall of Fame CPU on Hall of Fame CPU. Who you got? I don't even know anymore. It's almost 2 minutes into this game and nobody scored a single point. D'Angelo Russell draws the foul and hits the and 1. It's a charging foul. Steph Curry takes the inbound and we are looking for our first points of the game against these 2 high-powered offenses. Steph Curry step back 3, splash, and that is how we start the game off, jumping into Simcast officially in the first quarter, and it's a back and forth game going into the second quarter. Lakers have a little bit of a lead. At halftime, it is about a 15-point lead. Going into the third quarter, of course, no lead is safe in NBA 2K23, but of course, the Lakers look to be romping and rolling all over the lowly Golden State Warriors. Warriors making a little bit of a push, but they've only scored 5 points here in the third quarter, and I think that is going to be all she wrote. Another blowout. No close games needed in this as the Warriors fall to King James, which means Stephanie Curry is now a Laker. LeBron had a game. 38, 14, and 9, 1 steal, 2 blocks. Malik Beasley, great game from him, 19 and 5. Austin Reeves gave you 17 and 18. D'Lo, 15, 1, 7, and only 3 turnovers. Jared Vanderbilt gave you 15, and Anthony Davis, 13, 17, 5. Not bad for the Warriors. Klay Thompson balled out, 29 from him. Only 22 and 8 from Stephanie Curry, Jordan Poole, 19, Dante DiVincenzo, 16. Yeah, the problem with the Warriors was their defense. They scored plenty enough points, 110, but they gave up 141 points. So that means the attacking team, the Golden State Warriors, officially gone. And this all becomes Laker territory, save for whatever the Sacramento Kings have. Hold on. All of this is now Laker Nation. Unfortunately, I hope that the Lakers don't romp and roll again like they did last season, but or the last episode. You never know. There you go. The Lakers once again starting to grow and blossom as we eliminate the Golden State Warriors and the spinner gets thinner. I almost forgot to put Steph Curry on the Lakers. Whew, I'd never hear the end of that if I forgot this early into the video. But Steph Curry going to take over for Maximum Christie. And we have 98, 96, and 94 overalls on the team. Who do we want to make better? You want LeBron to join the 99 overall club? Or have Steph go up to 97, Anthony Davis up to 94? Only one overall point I'm allowed to give out, but we're going to give it to King James. Feels like it makes just too much sense. He's officially a 99 overall. I think the highest rated player in this simulation going on to this point. So the next team on the list. Spin the wheel. Who's going to be the next team on the offensive? It is going to be the 76ers. It is Philadelphia 76ers going next. And what direction does the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania squad want to go? They want to go south. Yay. I don't know much about the East Coast, so what direction is that? So what I learned in our last time around is that we need to eliminate some of these empty states because they kind of start to take over more than you like. So I'm just actually going to have the 76ers because it's down and to the left a little bit, you know, as we call Southwest in the business. So instead of taking on the Washington Wizards, I'm just going to have them take over, what is this, West Virginia? Something like that. Give the 76ers logo a little bit of a boost as they are growing. And that, of course, means one overall bump to the king, the master, Joel Embiid, Troel Embiid, affectionately known. He is now a 98 overall. All right, next team going on the offensive. Who's it going to be? The Wizards? Right after they almost take on the Philadelphia 76ers, do you think they try to head north and try to take on the Sixers? After that, I guess, fading, avoidance, whatever you want to call it. Words. I know words. I have the best words.
I know words. I have the best words.
Wizards are going to go. I don't really think you can go that direction. I can give them south. I can give them whatever state this is. Is that Virginia? I don't mind. They'll take over Virginia. That's fine with me. Erase some of these lines. Whoops, wrong button. Some of these lines, some of these territories as the Washington Wizards as well, growing a little bit on their own. And we'll give the one overall boost to Bradley Beal. All right, next team on the list, next team on the offenses is going to be the Chicago Bulls. The Chicago Bulls. And what direction does Chicago want to go? Remember, they're seated in Illinois, one of the few big countries or big cities, I guess, in Middle America. They want to go to the right, to the east, to the east-ish. I guess that's Indiana, right? Straight up. There's no other direction they can go other than Pacers. Yeah. So Bulls versus Pacers. Honestly, a better matchup than you think, with the Bulls not having a great season and the Pacers having a great season from their expectations. Tyrese Halliburton become an all-star. I mean, this is good stuff. Injuries are turned off, so Lonzo Ball is the starting point guard for the Bulls versus Tyrese Halliburton. Zach LaVine versus Ben Mathurin. DeMar DeRozan versus Buddy Hield. Patrick Williams versus Jalen Smith. Nikola Vucevic versus Miles Turner. I mean, look at these overalls, man. Like, I would expect the Bulls to win, but I'm not surprised if the Pacers walk away victors of this imperialist matchup. But this lady sings, here you go. Indianapolis, the home team. Chicago Bulls are the attacking team on the offensive. And the tip goes to the Indiana Pacers. Tyrese Halliburton leading the way, the superstar of Blazers franchise, the superstar of this Pacers squad as well. And he's got Lonzo Ball, great defender on him. Looks like Buddy Hield is running around. Now Miles Turner is setting the screen. Really slow developing play here as he kicks it and rolls. Immediate dunk for Miles Turner. Nikola Vucevic, defensive liability. I also input Ben Mathurin into the starting lineup, something that Rick Carlisle refuses to do. Don't ask me why. Ben Mathurin, probably the second best player on the Pacers already. He's a bucket. He's 20 minutes, 20 points a game. Zach LaVine misses a mid-range jumper, and we're going to hop into Simcast. I pressed the wrong buttons. I'm sorry. Don't get mad. Here we are in the first quarter. The home team has a little bit of a lead now. The away team back and forth game going into halftime, about 65-65 into the third quarter. Kind of low scoring contest here now already in the fourth. 3-point game, 92, 91, 96, 92. And we're going to have a close one here. We're going to be hopping in with probably about 2 minutes left, seeing who's going to walk away. 4-point lead for the home team. Pacers right now, 103-99. Jalen Smith got Andre Drummond on him on the inbound pass. And unfortunately, I'm not going to touch any of the lineups. If Tyrese Halliburton is out, which he is, no, he just got TJ McCollum in as well. If Ben Mathurin is out, I'm not going to fix that. If Zach LaVine is out, which it looks like he is because they have Derrick Jones Jr. in. Unfortunately, this is just the CPU doing what the CPU does. Hall of Fame mode, you love to see it. TJ McConnell gets the screen from Miles Turner, doesn't get any separation, and the ball is stripped, and he has a mid-range elbow jumper, and he misses. Door is still open for the Bulls. They need to score, though, in this possession. No points in the last 46 minutes for the Pacers. Can you believe it? They scored 103 points in the first minute, and then have gone scoreless since. DeMar DeRozan getting filthy, pump faking, and missing. Jalen Smith walks away with the rebound, kicks it up to Tyrese Halliburton. Tyrese versus Alonzo Ball, heck of a matchup here. Who ya got? Tyrese Halliburton dribbling, taking the contact, kicks it out to Miles Turner for 3. And he misses. Andre Drummond with the rebound. Bulls need to score. Bulls need to push the pace. Gives it to DeMar. Zach LaVine, again, not in the game. Maybe he fouled out. Who knows? Zach LaVine TJ McConnell is trying to guard DeMar DeRozan. That's a mismatch. But DeMar just goes right around, gets the easy finger roll. 2-point game. Do we need to watch this? I feel like we don't. Okay, it's fine. Tyrese Halliburton got the ball. 36 seconds left in the game as Buddy Hield's waiting to check in at the next timeout. Takes the screen wide open for 3. Dagger. Bang! Tyrese Halliburton puts the Pacers up 5. Only 28 seconds left in this one. And Patrick Williams waiting to inbound the ball. Gets it to DeMar Rowe. They need to score, and they need to score fast. They need to score, a stop, and a score. DeMar misses the jumper. Gives it to Andrew Nembhard, and now they got to play the foul game. 20.5 seconds left. I think this is going to be all she wrote as Andre Drummond has fouled out. They had a foul to give on the Bulls side, so they got to get this ball inbounded without getting a steal, and this is pretty much closed up. Tyrese Halliburton, off camera, gets the ball, and he's going to be making some clutch free throws here. Whoosh. 1-4-1. Much better than my free throws in Blazers. I'll just say that. 2 for 2. It don't matter who. And the Bulls need a three-pointer bad. They need it like a fish needs water. They need it like Stephen A. Smith needs single women. And they miss, and that is going to be the game. Chicago Bulls fall to the Indiana Pacers. And honestly, I don't even know who's going to be stolen off the Bulls squad. But going on the offensive and coming up short to this young upstart Indiana Pacers squad. Buddy Hield had a really solid game. 24-5. Andrew Nembhard, 17-6-5. TJ McConnell, 12. Tyrese Halliburton, 10, 7, and 13. Ben Mathurin only gave him 10 points in the starting lineup. Jalen Smith, 10. Jalen Smith, 10. Aaron Nesmith, 10. Isaiah Jackson, 10. Just a really balanced effort from the Pacers. Bulls had 2 20-point per game scores in Zach LaVine and Nikola Vucevic. DeMar, 16-4-4. Andre Drummond, 16-18. Should we take Andre Drummond? Best backup center in the game, but the Bulls ultimately fall short. So I guess we take DeMar DeRozan. Like, does he have the best plus minus in 2K? I'm not really sure. We'll just put DeMar DeRozan on the, the Pacers. Give him a new starting small forward. But we'll be giving that 1 overall boost to Tyrese Halliburton, elevating him into the 90 overall squad. And sorry, Chicago, going on the offensive, you ultimately fall short. This now becomes Pacer country. Bam, something like this. The Pacers grow. They're taking over Middle America, leading the way. None other than Tyrese Halliburton. And Bulls gone. The spinner gets thinner. Who's the next team that's going to go on the offensive? It looks like it will be the Dallas Mavericks. 2 out of 3 Texas teams have been on the move. In what direction does Dallas want to go? They can go, I believe, up, and they can go down. And they're going down, taking on the Spurs, right? If I know my map correctly, yeah. Look at these Dallas teams, man. Spurs probably going to get whooped, let's be completely honest, by Luka Doncic's. I mean, one team is tanking for Victor Wembanyama, and the other team is trying to win a championship. So just Kyrie Irving versus Trey Jones. I've got Kyrie playing the point guard just more for defensive purposes. I know Luka Doncic is the true point guard of this team. Luka versus Devin Vassell. Tim Hardaway Jr. versus Keldon Johnson. Maxi Kleber versus Jeremy Sohan. And Christian Wood versus Zach Collins. I expect this to be a complete blowout. I'll be thoroughly, horribly surprised if Luka Doncic does not win this game single-handedly, let alone with Kyrie Irving, with Christian Wood. And the Battle of Dallas is underway. Girl referee throws up the ball. Christian Wood is the victor as Kyrie Irving is the first one to bring the ball up the court. Immediately kicks it to Luka Doncic. What is this, real life? And Kyrie Irving open for 3 from the hash. He's got nobody on him. He's got double team. He's going, and he's getting his shit pathetically blocked as he picks up his own rebound. Now jacking it from 3. What is happening? Kyrie Irving going out of control, but 3-0 lead early for the Dallas Mavericks. Spurs coming up the court. Trey Jones going to do his best to keep up alongside Kyrie Irving. Don't expect to see a lot from him. As Zach Collins had an open 3, passed it up. Here's Keldon Johnson for 3. Bang! And we got a tie game here in Dallas. No, in San Antonio as the Spurs jump out to an early lead. Kind of interesting story, but the Mavericks taking away the second quarter. Third quarter, it's 85-71. Just More of what we expected. The Spurs are hanging in about a 10-point deficit here, 112-104. We might have to hop in and make sure that Luka Doncic clutches this out, but 115, 118, 10-point lead, 7-point lead. I mean, I'll hop in. 2 minutes left. Christian Wood at the free throw line looking to extend this 7-point game. First free throw is up. And, ooh, not good. I think Christian Wood's a pretty poor three-point or free throw shooter, so he's like a better three-point shooter than he is from the free throw line as he went 0 for 2. 2 minutes left. The door is still open. San Antonio has not scored in 45 minutes. Is this joke ever going to get old? Who is this white man that's in the game? Is that Kleba? No way that's Maxi Kleba. He doesn't look anything like that. Yeah, that's Maxi Kleba! As Luka Doncic brings the ball up the court, dribbling it around, kicks it to an open Kyrie Irving for 3, miss. Zach Collins gets the rebound, kicks it up to Trey Jones as the Spurs need a score soon. It's not like you don't make this and you lose, but it's starting to get close. And I don't know what this plays, but it got completely blown up. Keldon Johnson gonna get a screen from Keita Bates-Diop, goes right around Kleba, right through Christian Wood, makes the contested layup as Keldon Johnson doing everything in his power to get this game closer. Is that a foul? Looks like an and-1. He got smacked in the face. Kyrie Irving coming the other way, 122-117. The Dallas new look Mavericks are going to do their best. He's got Trey Jones on his back. Don't know how that happened. Luka Doncic open for 3. And pulls up from the free throw line. 2 points, 124-117. Luka Magic, 38 minutes, 30 points, 52% for the field. I'm sure Luka is having a Luka Doncic game. Keldon Johnson going to try to do what he can, but it's more defense than offense needed for the San Antonio Spurs at this point. Only 1 minute left in the contest. Keldon Johnson dribbling, passing. Keita Bates-Diop gets, I don't know what's happening here. Maxi Kleba with the lockdown defense. That was a weird possession. 50 seconds left. Mavericks going to try to use up all of this clock. Hopefully. 13 seconds left on the shot clock as Luka throws it away. What are you doing, Luka? Are you trying to choke? 12 turnovers. Not ideal, but here's Keldon Johnson. Kicks it. Devin Vassell for 3. And that's probably game right there. The Spurs needed that bad. That would have cut it to 4. At this point, there's only a 9-second point differential between shot and game clock. And Tim Hardaway Jr. is going rogue. What are you doing, Timmy? There's still a little bit of time, but the Spurs have not made a three-pointer. Here's Trey Jones pulling up and missing. Devin Vassell grabs the rebound, kicks it out. Trey Jones going to give it another shot. Miss. And there's just not enough scoring help for this San Antonio squad. The door was left open several times, but it looks like the Mavericks are going to walk away victors. That means Keldon Johnson going to be making his way north to join the Dallas Mavericks squad. Luka Doncic, the greatest thing that's ever happened in the history of basketball. Better than Kobe Bryant, better than Wilt Chamberlain, better than LeBron James. It's Luka Magic, baby. And Keldon Johnson did everything he could. 34 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists on 20 shots, 3 of 5 from the three-point line. Devin Vassell had a solid game, 26, 3, and 6. And then that was it. Dougie McBuckets had 10. Zach Collins had 9 and 10, but not enough help from this Spurs squad as Kyrie popped off 39 and 4. Luka Doncic 36 and 14. Christian Wood had a 12 and 10 game. Timmy went 11 and 3. JaVale McGee went 10 and 9. Maxi Kleba played. All in all, though, like we expected, the Dallas Mavericks walk away victors. Spurs are going to be sending Keldon Johnson. I could send him Devin Vassell, but I think Keldon Johnson is a better player, even though the overalls are the same. Over to the Mavericks. Could be their new power forward, small forward, whatever you want him to be. Taking Theo Pinson's spot. Oh no, whatever are we going to do? And Luka Magic going to get 1 overall bump, now officially a 98 overall. What a monster for Dallas. And sorry, San Antonio fans, just a lost year for you. You are gone. Fill in this area with Dallas Maverick Blue. Okay, erase that line. Make sure the Dallas Mavericks continue to grow. And they're going to be a superpower out there in the West, in the Middle America. Are they West? Are they East? Who lost? The Spurs, yeah. Bam! Spurs gone. The spinner gets thinner. Next team going on the offensive is going to be the Sacramento Kings, and they don't really have a lot of directions they can go. Look at the map. Look at the map. Look at the map. They can go to Nevada, get a 1 overall bump for like a De'Aaron Fox. Any other direction, though, they're going to have to deal with the Los Angeles Lakers, the Kings of LA. So not an ideal matchup, no matter how you spin it. See what I did? And the Kings actually evade the Lakers, and they're going to be taking over Las Vegas. Good for you guys. Here you go. A little territory for you. Make sure that is beautiful King purple. Bam. Wait. No. Bam. Yeah, there you go. And we'll just color it into. It looks kind of ugly. A little bit of this action here, and the Kings are like, oh, Sacramento, no, thank you. Get me the hell out of here. I want a team in Las Vegas, and we're gonna be the Las Vegas Kings. Isn't that the hockey team? Are they like the Knights or something? I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Up. I almost forgot. One of these times I'm gonna forget, and the whole world is gonna end. I guess that means Domantas Sabonis officially joining the 90 overall squad as well. 90 for him, 86 for De'Aaron Fox. Are they going to be good enough to compete? Probably not. They need to win a lot of games to get good players, but there you have it. Next team on the spin wheel is going to be your Oklahoma City Thunder, the team we used as an example. What direction do the Thunder want to go? Do they want to take on the Mavericks? Do they want to take on the Rockets? They're going to the left, a little bit down, going west. What direction is that? We look at the map. Bam. And that's kind of tough. Just because there's a whole bunch of states we got to take on here, I'm going to give them New Mexico. I'm going to say, you know what? Thunder are going to do kind of similar to what the Suns are doing. They're evading the Mavericks, so to speak. Got this little panhandle here of Oklahoma, so something like that. We just need to fill out these states. There's 50 states and only 30 teams, and a lot of teams like New York and California are taking up multiple, so I'm going to fill out some of these empty states. Unfortunately, that just means an overall boost to probably Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, right? Yes, sir. Shai Gilgeous going up to a 94 overall, as he's going to be a damn good player, if not already. Next team on the spinner is going to be your Charlotte Hornets, or the Heat. It's the Heat. The Heat walk away, and the Heat are in kind of a precarious spot. If I go over to the map, a little bam action here, they can really only take on the Orlando Magic, so I'm just going to skip over this directional arrow here. It doesn't matter what direction we spin it, they're going to take on the Magic. You want to go down? You can't, my friend. That's the, what is it called? The Gulf of Mexico. You can't take over a body of water. What is this? Joke? Future me, put in a joke there, damn it.
What is this? The Lake of Titicaca.
Battle of Florida, Miami Heat versus the Orlando Magic. You got Kyle Lowry versus Markelle Fultz. Gonna be a good matchup there. Jalen Suggs versus Tyler Hero. Jimmy Buckets versus Franz Wagner. Caleb Martin versus Paulo Banchero. And Bam Adebayo versus Wendell Carter Jr. I fully expect the Heat to take care of business. The Magic, especially in 2K simulation, are just a really horrible, porous franchise. And that means, who would be the best team on the Magic? Best player on the Magic? Is that Paulo already? Might be Franz Wagner? Undecided, but Kyle Lowry bringing the ball up the court. Maybe they bring over Markelle Fultz, replace Kyle Lowry's old ass. Tyler Hero, though, in the starting lineup, guarded by Jalen Suggs, as a rolling Bam Adebayo, throw it down. Big fella, 2-0 lead for the attacking Miami Heat. Markelle Fultz playing, injuries are turned off, I know. It's especially important for the Magic that injuries are turned off, because good lord, they have the most injured franchise ever. Long two for Franz Wagner, up and misses, and we're going to hop into Simcast. Probably won't be watching any more of this game. First quarter, the Heat jump out to a huge lead already. Second quarter, it's just growing. Third quarter, just domination at this point. Magic trying to cut into it a little bit, about a 15-point deficit here into the fourth quarter. Just not enough offense for the Magic. Heat aren't a great offensive team, but when you're taking on the Orlando Magic in 2K simulation, you're not going to have any problems whatsoever, and it is a convincing 127-109 victory. Paulo played okay, 23-7-4 for him. Franz, 19-1-2. Cole Anthony had a good game out the bench, 16-6-6. Is that the Devils number? Does that count? Markelle Fultz, 15-10. Good for him. And Wendell Carter Jr. gave you 12-7. But bam, 33-14. Jimmy, 29-10-13. Triple dub. Tyler Hero, 17-6-6. Kyle Lowry, 15-7-9, and Caleb Martin, 13-5-1-1-1. So I'm just gonna go with Paulo Banchero. I think Franz Wagner might be a slightly higher overall player. The overalls are exactly the same, 84-84, but I think if you could, Franz is like an 84.5, while Paulo's like an 84.4. Regardless, he's going over to the Miami Heat, gonna be the power forward that they need desperately on this team. Ask any of their players whatsoever. I can't trade away Udonis Haslem, so Haywood Highsmith is gone, and Jimmy is going to be getting the 1 overall bump, bumping him up to a 92 overall. You'll love to see it. Rosters, nope, that's not the button I want. I want Photoshop, as the Orlando Magic, unfortunately gone already. That is all she wrote. Bam, bam. Make sure the Miami Heat continue to get a little bit larger, and they're going to have to go through the Atlanta Hawks at some point through this video as well. Next team on the list, Orlando Magic are gone, and the spinner gets thinner. Who's going to go on the offensive next for this NBA Imperialism Redux? The Atlanta Hawks, the aforementioned Atlanta Hawks. They're going to go south and immediately take on the Heat. They're going to go maybe after the Hornets, get a LaMelo Ball, and they're going right after the Heat. Not a lot we can do when you just go south. Let's see, just to double check. Yeah, the Hawks, they got one thing on their mind, and that is taking down Jimmy Buckets. Let's see if they can do it. Now, of all the teams at this trade deadline, I feel like I'd be remiss to say that the Hawks were the most surprising team to have not made any trade whatsoever. DeAndre Hunter having a horribly down season, John Collins in every single trade rumor ever, Trae Young, the most frustrating superstar in the NBA, and yet none of them got traded. The Hawks are just going to run it back with the roster as presently constructed. Anyway, Hawks at the Heat. Trae Young versus Kyle Lowry. Yikes. DeJounte Murray versus Tyler Hero going to be a good matchup. DeAndre Hunter versus Jimmy Buckets. Probably better than you'd expect in real life. John Collins versus Paulo Banchero. And then Clint Capella versus Bam Adebayo. Heat already on a 1-game win streak. Can they make it 2 in a row? Defending Florida entirely as the Hawks are going on the offensive. And the winner of the tip here in Miami is going to be the Miami Heat. Kyle Lowry bringing the ball up the court. Jimmy Buckets immediately calls for it. He's got DeAndre Hunter. Going to be a great matchup there. DeAndre Hunter, lockdown defender when he's healthy. He's just not healthy that often and very inconsistent on the offensive end. And out of ball. Out of ball? What the fuck's wrong with me? Out of bounds. Heat ball. Trae Young looking much taller than he does in real life. Trae's like 5'11". Y'all ever seen him stand up against like actual NBA players? He just looks so short. He's like a petite NBA player. Undersized, underweight. I don't know how he scores as many points as he does. And Paulo Banchero in the corner for 3. Splash! First bucket of the game is a corner 3 from the new addition, Paulo Banchero. Trae Young or DeJounte Murray? Who's the true point guard of this team? Trae Young rocking the screen and roll, doesn't do anything, puts up a tough floater and misses. Bam gets away with a push off there, and we're going to be hopping into Simcast. This might be a good one, even though the Heat have already won one. Their roster isn't completely overloaded. I think they have the 190 overall. Or is Jimmy an 89? I don't know, but this is a complete blowout. 20-point game. I mean, come on. Come on, Atlanta. Did you even try today? 99 to 125. Absolute yikes, as Paulo Banchero had a great game. What an addition. 29, 7, and 4. Jimmy Buckets, 23, 3, and 8. Omer Yurtseven, 21, and 7. Tyler Hero at 18, and Bam Adebayo went 15 and 12. As for the Hawks, Trae Young was okay. 26 and 13, really inefficient though. DeJounte, woohoo! DeJounte Murray, 23, 4, and 7. DeAndre Hunter, 13 and 5. Bogey gave you 10, and that is really it. Sadiq Bey, the new addition, hugely disappointing. John Collins gave you 6 points. Clint Capella gave you 8 and 7. Just a disappointing game overall for Atlanta. That's kind of how their whole season has gone. And I think Trae Young still counts as the best player on the Hawks, so he's going to go over, basically take over for Kyle Lowry here. And the Heat roster is just continuing to get better by little additions. Going to give a 1 overall boost yet again to Jimmy Buckets, I guess. Give him a 93 overall at this point. Incredible player. We might give Trae Young a boost so he's in the 90s as well. But for now, best player on the team gets a 1 overall boost. And sorry, Atlanta, but a quick exit for you as Georgia gone. Becoming part of Heat Nation. And let's fix this line here that's down there too. The Heat just continuing to grow, continuing to get a little better piece by piece. Now going over to the wheel. Atlanta Hawks eliminated. The spinner gets thinner. Next up on the list is going to be the Minnesota Timberwolves. Darn tootin' Minnesota. A little bit of perspective. So the Raptors, effectively, they get the entirety of Canada. I know they're only in Toronto, which is like right next to the New York Knicks and the Detroit Pistons, but they're going to get the all of Canada. So if Minnesota tries to go north, then they're going to take on the Raptors. If they go south, they get some free states, west as well. And then the Milwaukee Bucks are to the east of them. So what direction do the T-Wolves want to go? And they are going, up and to the left. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to give you North Dakota. Screw it. It looks about right. North Dakota, because they haven't committed fully to up. They haven't committed fully to left, so they get in between. They don't get South Dakota. They don't get Canada. They get North Dakota. There's so much administrative work doing these videos. It's crazy. But boom, boom, and a little bit of growth as well for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Bam, and let's make sure that their roster gets 1 overall bump. Didn't know this, but Anthony Edwards is now the highest rated player on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Going to go up to an 88 since they dropped Karl Towns from an 89 to an 86 in whatever update they had. Who's up? Who's next? It is the Brooklyn Nets. It is the Brooklyn Nets, the new look Brooklyn Nets. And I don't know really what direction they could go conceivably. This era wants to take them up and to the left. I think that puts them directly in competition with the Knicks. And that's really the only direction for them to go. I kind of gave them the Manhattan Island down here and then gave New York the rest of New York. It's tough when teams are literally side by side. There's like a bridge that really separates them. Anyway, Nets on the offensive, taking on the New York Knicks. Of course, Josh Hart coming over in that trade for Cam Reddish and a first. As for the Nets, completely blown up. But they got Ben Simmons versus Jalen Brunson. Going to be a heck of a matchup there. Then Spencer Dinwiddie versus Emmanuel Quickly. Mikal Bridges versus RJ Barrett. Cam Johnson versus Julius Randle. And Nick Claxton versus Mitchell Robinson. Nick Claxton is an 86 overall. Are you kidding me? Like, I know he's turned up his game. I don't know about an 86 overall, though. Not sure if he's an 86 overall, especially because he can't shoot. He has no offensive game whatsoever. But he does win the tip over, who is that? Mitchell Robinson. I can see Mitchell Robinson being an 86 overall. You see how the Knicks have struggled mightily while he's been out with injury? Just saying. But Ben Simmons versus Jalen Brunson. Ben Simmons taking a fadeaway jumper. Okay, Ben. You can do that as much as you want. Emmanuel Quickly bringing the ball up the court the other way. Spencer Dinwiddie guarding him back in Brooklyn. Spencer just looks so good in a Brooklyn Nets uniform. Jalen Brunson dribbling into traffic. And Julius Randle in the post shooting over Cam Johnson and missing. Gonna keep playing for our first bucket. Mikal Bridges, hopefully better in-game than he is in simulation. Dribbling the ball. Got RJ Barrett guarding him. Kind of had an open shot there, but he didn't take it. Spencer Dinwiddie. ISO King. Gives it to Ben Simmons, who got double teamed. Okay, Dinwiddie for 3. Yeah, I honestly didn't expect that one to go in. Julius Randle bringing the ball up the other way. Offense is going to come difficult for both of these teams. One team because they have Tom Thibodeau. The other team because they don't have a lot of good players. As Julius Randle gets the ball stolen pathetically from Mikal Bridges, runner-up of Defensive Player of the Year last season. And, God, nobody's going to score, are they? Ben Simmons is trying to run back out of bounds over half court. What is this play? I will take it. Hopping into Simcast as it is a 2-0 lead for the Brooklyn Nets. Knicks jumping out to a lead, though, here at halftime, about a 10-point lead, 60-75. And the Knicks are just rolling. Nets cannot find a bucket here in the fourth quarter, about a 17-point game. Another blowout. Disappointing, uninteresting, uninspiring game as the Nets lose pathetically to the New York Knicks, the true kings of New York. Now that Kevin Durant is gone, now that Kyrie Irving is gone, and of course, now that James Harden, old fat James, is gone. Julius Randle had a great game, 29, 16, 6. RJ Barrett, 27. Jalen Brunson had a quiet 18 and 6. Obi Toppin, 13, and Emmanuel Quickly, 10 and 11. For the Nets, Dinwiddie, he was pretty good, 22, 5 and 6, and then that was it. Nicky C gave you 19 and 6. Seth Curry gave you 15. Dorian Finney-Smith gave you 12. Cam Johnson, 11. Mikal Bridges in simulation just sucks. 2K, please fix Mikal Bridges' sim stats. He gave you 9 points in the game as the Nets fall embarrassingly. Now, do we take Nick Claxton or Mikal Bridges? Interesting, because you look at the Knicks, they got Jalen Brunson, they got Julius Randle, RJ Barrett, Mitchell Robinson, Emmanuel Quickly, I guess, would be their biggest weakness. Like, let's say we take Mikal Bridges, play him at the 3, RJ Barrett, drop him down to the 2, then have Quick come off the bench, or do you want a slightly better starting center for Mitchell Robinson in Nick Claxton, who's only an 85 overall? So, I'm going to do Mikal Bridges. It just makes a little bit more sense. I think he's a better player than Nick Claxton is as well. So going over to the Knicks, going to be starting over Evan Fournier, I guess. Yikes. That 1 overall bump is going to go to their best player. I know they have the same overall as Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson, but Jalen Brunson, as you've seen this season, is clearly the #1 option on the New York Knicks. Brooklyn Nets, bye-bye. Thank you for playing. You're out of here. And let's go ahead and fill this with some New York Knick orange. Deselect. That looks kind of ugly, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. It does. Let's fill it out just a smidge. And there you go. New York, officially the kings of the New York Knicks. Words. You know what I'm trying to say, right? Right? Brooklyn Nets gone as the spinner gets thinner. We'll reset the wheel once every team gets a chance to play. I just want to make sure that no teams get left out like they did last time, as the Charlotte Hornets, who were actually surprise upsets in the last video, they're finally going to get their first spin. LaMelo Ball going to be a great player, of course, always in simulation, as the Hornets look to go south. They're marching. What direction is south for them? It is, what is this, West Virginia? God, I don't know states, man. South Carolina. It's the same thing, all right? Charlotte taking over South Carolina. That means LaMelo Ball going to get his 1 overall boost. Looks like a really ugly state, doesn't it? Like, if you combine the 2 Carolinas, it just kind of looks ugly. Not a fan. Over to the Hornets. LaMelo Ball 1 overall boost. Bam. Up to an 87 overall. Only a few teams haven't played yet. Next on the list is going to be the Milwaukee Bucks. They have a chance to take on the Minnesota Timberwolves if they go to left. Let's look at the map. What other options do the Bucks have? They can take on the Pacers if they go south. They can take on the Pistons if they go north. And then I don't think they have a chance to take on the Raptors, but a lot of potential options here for the Bucks. Again, one of the best teams in the NBA, no less. Let's see, what direction do the Bucks want to go? They are going south. They are hunting for the Pacers. They're hunting for Tyrese Haliburton. Going to be a heck of a matchup. Bucks not great in the simulation, all things being equal. Bucks on the attack at the Pacers. You got Drew Holiday versus Tyrese Haliburton on the 90 overall squad. Going to be a good matchup there. And I went big with the Bucks. So I got Brook Lopez at the 5 versus Miles Turner. I got Bobby Portis in at the 4 against Jalen Smith. And then I got Giannis rocking the 3 versus DeMar DeRozan. I just figured it would work a little bit better for this matchup. Get the best players in the starting lineup. That means Chris Middleton, K-Swiss at the 2 versus Buddy Hield. Gonna be one heck of a matchup. Now the Bucks traditionally in simulation suck. So I could theoretically, conceivably see that the Bucks lose, and that means Giannis becomes a Pacer. I could also see that the Bucks win, and that means Tyrese Haliburton, I guess, becomes the starting shooting guard or something. I don't know what's going to happen in this game. Definitely going to be fun, though. As we start off, here we are, Indianapolis, Indiana. Is that where they play? I don't know. It's always funny. The Indianapolis Colts of Indiana. Miles Turner wins the tip. We need to fix this. Hold on. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to make myself one of the players in the teams. And here we are. Tyrese Haliburton bringing the ball up the court for the first possession of the game. Locked down by my Defensive Player of the Year candidate, Drew Holiday. I just think he's a great point of attack player, as this is that DeMar DeRozan just pulling up, contested? Don't matter. He gets a bucket. And if this is an offensive shootout, the Bucks are going to have trouble because there isn't a lot of scoring on this team. There's a lot of size, defensive versatility, but Chris Middleton kind of open for 3. Splash. 3-2. Milwaukee Bucks take a lead. Hopping into Simcast, and the first quarter looking a little bit one-sided at this point. The Pacers are up by 13 at this point. Scoring is coming difficult for the Bucks, and this is exactly what I said when the Bucks offense in 2K simulation is horrible. They have scored 50 points, now 60 to the 95 of the Pacers. What? I mean, yeah, home court advantage, but holy crap, this is just a complete blowout. Giannis is now an Indiana Pacer. Simple as that, 132 to 108. Just a sad game. DeMar DeRozan was solid, 28, 4, and 5. Tyrese Haliburton, 22, 2, and 13. Miles Turner, 18, 10. Buddy Hield, just a real great team effort. As for the Bucks, Chris Middleton, 35 points. Drew Holiday, 22 points. And I guess Giannis got locked down by the 10 less overall DeMar DeRozan because he put up 17 points and 13 rebounds. Wow, okay. Brook Lopez and Bobby Portis were horrible. So was just the entire squad. The Bucks just got whooped, man. There's no other way around it. I'm not controlling anybody. This should have been a one-sided matchup, but it looks like the other side won. And 2K is glitching out because 2K is one of the best games in the world. It's pretty much up there with Red Dead Redemption 2 and Death Stranding. And what other games are good and you can't debate them?
Bigot sandwiches.
Yeah, there's just some teams that the 2K gods hate in simulation. So like 2K loves the Toronto Raptors. I'm not sure why. They love I think the Thunder they're in love with as well. And then the Bucks they hate. The Bulls they hate. And I can't think of anybody else, but those are definitely 2 teams that I should bring up and mention. So Giannis officially the highest overall player now on the Pacer, gonna get 1 overall boost up to a 98 overall. So they got Tyrese at the 1, DeMar at the 3, Giannis at the 4. Spacing gonna be horrible. Shooting, not great, but hey, Giannis is Giannis. You just cannot deny his greatness. I hope he's not like a deadweight anchor and he brings down every single team that he joins. Unfortunately, the Milwaukee Bucks eliminated pretty quickly, all things being equal. And yeah, sorry Buck fans, get the hell out of here, Wisconsin. That is Wisconsin, right? I'm not crazy. Am I crazy? Somebody in this room, empty, by myself. Am I crazy?
I am not crazy.
And it looks like Indiana starting to take over Middle America there. Now they got the Pistons and Cavs to contend with, but yeah, interesting development. And bam, the Bucks are gone. The spinner gets thinner. So we'll finish out this wheel and then we'll reset it with the teams that are left in this tournament as the Memphis Grizzlies are going to have their first go. In what direction do they want to go? Spin the wheel and it says they're going left. Look at the Grizzlies. That's pretty much whatever this state is. God. It's Iowa. No, it's Arkansas. Damn it. Right? That lines up pretty well. Yeah. So just going to give Ja Morant a 1 overall boost. It is what it is. Nothing spectacular. Memphis gets a little bit of a logo size boost as well. And let's make sure Ja Morant gets that aforementioned 1 overall bump. Desmond Bane, underrated, only an 85. Jaren Jackson to 87. There you go. Now up to the 95 overall Ja Morant. Next team on the list is going to be the Boston Celtics, who didn't even get a play until like the second to last spin on the last video. So this is why we're implementing it this way. Just want to give a little more even and fairness as the Celtics want to go southwest, down and to the left. Where does that put them? I guess that's... God, another state. Man, I'm from the West Coast. I don't know what states these are. Let me pull up my map. We'll give them Rhode Island, just so I can get Rhode Island off the map, all right? Boom, fill. I mean, the Celtics are plenty good anyway. We don't need to force them into a matchup. So, boom, give them a little state action here. Color it in. Boom, boom. And your logo gets just a smidge bigger. There go. All right, only a few teams left that haven't played yet in this tournament. The Detroit Pistons are next on the list. And what direction do they want to go? Because we look at the map where the wheel finishes, you know, spoiler alert. They're going, so they got the Cavs to the south east. I know directions, right? Never eat soggy waffles. You got the Pacers to the southwest and the west. And then you have the Raptors to the north. And then this part of this little like double tip as well counts. I don't know. What direction do they want to go? They want to go down and to the left, southwest. So that is, I mean, that's Pacers again, man. And this is what I was saying when one team kind of gets a little bit more of a matchup and more of a play than the other teams do. This one's completely by accident instead of the wheel being jaded. So I'm more fine with this, having the Pistons take on the Pacers. Pacers, after picking up Giannis, just continue to get better. Going to be a fun matchup. Can the Pistons upset in simulation? Going to be a tall task for the Pistons to pull off this upset. Tyrese Haliburton, 90 overall versus Cade Cunningham. Jaden Ivey versus Ben Mathurin. Bojan Bogdanovic versus DeMar DeRozan. Isaiah Stewart going to have his hands full versus Giannis. Then Jalen Duren, the rookie, versus Miles Turner. 2 rookies in the Pistons starting lineup versus a former MVP, runner-up MVP candidate in DeMar DeRozan. Tyrese Haliburton, future All-Star, if not this season. I don't remember. I don't think he made it because of the injury, but yeah. I gotta say, good luck, Pistons. It's not impossible, but it's likely improbable. Tyrese Haliburton brings the ball up the court. Of course, the Pacers win the tip, and Tyrese misses the bunny. Cade Cunningham coming the other way. Remember, he sat out the entire season, so you don't really know how good he is. Kicks it, has it, dribbles, shoots, misses. Oh, boy, is this going to be one of those games where nobody scores again? You'll love to see it. Come on, have Giannis take a 3. You won't. And Miles Turner gets this easy layup. 2 points, misses, gets his own rebound, and makes the 2 points. Finally, hopping into Simcast. First quarter, the Pacers have a little bit of lead. Now the Pistons jump out. The away team marching the attacking Pistons out of a 15-point lead here in the second quarter. That's an interesting development as we go into halftime. 74-62, not completely out of it, but really interesting to see the Pacers struggling here with Giannis. I feel like Giannis is dead weight, man. No matter what team he joins, he brings them down in 2K simulation. 110-95, 112-101. Close game. We may have to hop in to see if the Pacers can pull this out, if the Pistons choke, and this is a close one now. The Pistons have only scored 11 points in the fourth quarter. What is happening? 2 minutes left. We're hopping in 122-121. Pistons versus Miles Turner with that weird face. What happened? Ben Mathurin inbounding the ball. Looks like DeMar DeRozan going to get it. As he does. And this is that Isaiah Livers? No, that's Marvin Bagley trying to D him up. Good luck, my friend. Marvin Bagley defense. DeMar DeRozan drawing fouls. And DeMar from mid misses. Cade Cunningham bringing the ball up the other way, 122 to 121. Only 2 minutes left in this contest for the big upset for the Pistons, or are the Pacers going to continue to roll and dominate Middle America? Alec Burks running off a couple screens here. Bogey not doing anything. Marvin Bagley comes around, sets the screen. Cade Cunningham for three. Miss. Ben Mathurin picks up the ball. DeMar DeRozan bringing it up the other way. Tyrese Haliburton and TJ McConnell are in as well, and I think Isaiah Jackson is the fifth pacer. I'm not really sure. DeMar just dribbling. He's going to pull up, and he's going to miss. DeMar DeRozan's shot selection in NBA 2K23 is not ideal. He only takes contested twos. Jaden Ivey was there on the backdoor cut. Cade Cunningham missed him. And Marvin Bagley posting up versus nobody. Jaden Ivey trying to do something. I don't know what this offense is, but here's Cade Cunningham for three. Bagley on the rebound. And who is that? Somebody just ran away from the rebound and gave a wide open layup to Marvin Bagley. The Pistons have a 2-point lead. Giannis is out. Miles Turner is out. Jalen Smith is out. But TJ McConnell had an open three there. Had a notion. Didn't take it. But he healed. No stranger of taking contested threes. Ben Mathurin to TJ McConnell. And clock has taken 4. Ben Mathurin jacks up a 3. Misses. And inside positioning is DeMar DeRozan. 1-point game. 29.3 seconds left. No need to foul just yet. Pacers executing full court press. Bagley struggling to bring in the ball. Now Cade Cunningham has it. And he's getting fouled. They're playing the foul game. Really? That's an interesting idea. I don't know if I would have done that. But Cade Cunningham, you got to be clutch. You got to make your free throws here as he does. The first one, it's up. It's bloosh. 1 for 1. And here we are to make this a 3-point lead for the Pistons. And doosh, 2 for 2. Pacers call their last timeout. They're executing this like there's 1 second left in the game, which is absolutely bizarre to me, but okay, no timeouts left for the Pacers. Down by 3, Giannis subbed in, and Lamar has the ball. Giannis, the curse of the NBA imperialism. Here's Tyrese Haliburton, had an open 3 for a second there. Screen being set by Miles Turner. Bags in drop coverage, and his defense is horrible, but what are you doing? DeMar DeRozan throws the game. He had an open layup and blew it. We got to go into instant replay for that. DeMar, what are you doing? And here's DeMar, got around his man Bojan Bogdanovic. Has Marvin Bagley, not known for his defensive prowess, and this is just a layup. At the very least, it's a contested layup, but you got to take it if you're a DeMar DeRozan. He's up, and he tries to throw it to, I don't even know, to Miles Turner, who's already contested by Bogey, and he just throws it off of Marvin Bagley, who comes up with the ball. Horrible mistake there from DeMar DeRozan. Horrible choke job, and it looks like the Pacers are going to get upset by Detroit basketball. Alec Burks makes it a 2-possession game, and now the Pistons call a timeout. Why? You just iced your own guy, but okay. Here's Alec Burks for the second free throw. Splash. 5-point game, and this looks like it's going to be over for the Pacers. Only 12 seconds left in this one. Kicks it up. Giannis can't shoot. And who is this? DeMar DeRozan can't take a 3. And who would have thought, as they're playing the foul game, the Indiana Pacers, Tyrese Haliburton, Giannis Antetokounmpo fall embarrassingly to the Detroit Pistons at home, no less, as Cade Cunningham just continues to ice out this game now. 6, if not 7 points. Wow. Tyrese jacks up a 3 and misses, and look at the distraught fans. DeMar DeRozan says, I can't believe it. I just blew this game. Bojan Bogdanovic says, I look like a grandpa, and yet somehow we walked away victors. Scored 130 points on this team. Giannis had a great game, 32, 17, and 5, but did not make anything in the clutch. DeMar DeRozan, 26, 2, and 1. Tyrese Haliburton, okay game, 13, 3, and 9. Miles Turner, 13, and 8. As for the Pistons, Bogey put up 40. Wow. Cade was okay, 19, 4, and 6. Bags was okay, 15, 11. Isaiah Stewart, 13, and 7. Jaden Ivey, 12 and 1, but Bojan Bogdanovic gave you 40 points in the closeout. I feel like whenever you're in the NBA draft and they cut to like the moms who are crying because their young son got drafted, and the announcers always go, this is what it's all about. Giannis officially joining the 99 overall squad, but he joins the Detroit Pistons. as they upset the Pacers. They upset Tyrese Halliburton and company. And Giannis now becoming a mercenary on his 13 because Bojan Bogdanovic dropped a 40 piece. I can't even put that into words how impressive that was as the Pacers fall after growing their empire, expanding, and here they are gone. Taking over is Detroit Piston Blue, and they are owning Middle America now, although they only picked up a Giannis, so their team is still easily beatable. There's no one superpower that's come out at this point. Let me just make this a little nicer, a little prettier here. So really interesting developments here going on in Middle America. And I kind of like how even everything is broken down once we've executed this new spinner style. So let's go to the next team as the Milwaukee Bucks have got eliminated. The spinner gets thinner and we have the Utah Jazz making their next move. What direction do the Jazz want to go? What direction can the Jazz go? From what I remember, they're pretty much stuck. So they got Kevin Durant if they go south or east. They got the Sacramento Kings if they go west. They could take over, is this Idaho? Iowa? I don't know, one of the I states that doesn't have any sports teams for anything. So that could be interesting. And let's spin the wheel again. I wasn't paying attention. The Utah Jazz are going to go down and to the right. You know what? We could say that the Utah Jazz skip over the Suns here. That could be kind of fun and give the Thunder like this narrow stretch of land here. You know what? I'm going to do that. That just sounds like fun to me. So officially the Jazz are going to attack. Oh God, screens. The Jazz are going to go underneath, if you will, this little strait that the Phoenix Suns have. And they're going to be taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder just for a little fun in our NBA imperialism. Jazz are going to sneak underneath this tunnel of Kevin Durant. They're going to look to avoid and bulk up their power and the strengths of their army. They're making smart moves, man. So they said, you know what? We don't need to take on Kevin Durant just yet. Jazz going on the offensive here, and I know they gave up a lot of their talent in this trade deadline, but they still have a pretty good team around them. So Colin Sexton, officially the new quote-unquote point guard, taking on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Yikes. Jordan Clarkson versus Josh Giddey is going to be a fun one. Lauri Markkanen versus Lou Dortz. Definitely like that matchup. Rudy Gay versus Dario Saric. And Walker Kessler versus Chet Holmgren, who Walker Kessler is an 81 overall just because of the blocks that he's been putting up. Kind of wild the way 2K does overalls, especially that Chet is only a 78, even though he hasn't played a single minute of basketball. I don't know, just saying, this will be a fun one. I think the Thunder are going to win because A, 2K loves the Oklahoma City Thunder, B, they love Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and C, the Jazz don't have a very good team, all things being equal. But here we are. Jazz win the tip here in Oklahoma City. Jordan Clarkson getting a double screen here, open for three, misses. As Dario Saric is the starting power forward for the Thunder. I don't know about that. I was thinking of mixing and matching up the lineups, but we're just going to rock with what the CPU has pre-selected for both teams. That means Rudy Gay is in, and that means Dario Saric is in. And that means Dario Saric is posting up and fading and making over Jordan Clarkson. Okay, well, first quarter, hopping into Simcast, Thunder jump out to a huge lead. Second quarter, this is going to be an embarrassing game as we go into halftime. It's about a 20-point game going into the third quarter, and it's kind of getting close, about a 12-point game here. 5 minutes left, 4 minutes left. I don't think the Jazz have enough to cut into it. They had a big third quarter, but just not enough as the Thunder extend out their lead. It is 141 to 126. Shai had a great game, 38 and 7. Dario Saric, 23 and 5. Josh Giddey, 17, 9 and 12. Isaiah Joe, 17 in 17 minutes. Chet Holmgren was a solid 14, 3 and 3. Kenrich Williams, 14. Just a really good game for the Thunder. As for the Jazz, Jordan Clarkson was okay, 32, 3 and 7. Colin Sexton gave you 24. Kelly Olynyk gave you 16. I don't know why, but Lauri only played 17 minutes. I got into foul trouble. Put up 12 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Not a bad stat line for 17 minutes, but Walker Kessler gave you a 12 and 15 game. Should we take Walker Kessler? Is he the GOAT of Utah? Jokes aside, Lauri Markkanen is now on the Oklahoma City Thunder as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander continues to climb in the overalls department, getting up to a 95 overall. So they're going to have Josh Giddey at the 2, Shai at the 1, Lauri Markkanen at the 3 or the 4. They've got Lou Dort, the J-Dubs, Chet Holmgren. Definitely an interesting matchup. I'm going to bump Lauri's position up to the small forward, though, or the power forward, just so we can make that change. Make sure we fix the maps. What up, y'all? Future Airball here, and I just realized I made a mistake. I put the right players on the winning team. I put Lauri Markkanen on the Thunder, but I accidentally put the Jazz in the actual map. So for the next, however long, hour, I don't know, it's going to show the Jazz instead of the Thunder. And I'll probably say the Jazz instead of the Thunder because I'm dumber than a preschool dropout. That being said, it doesn't affect anything. I made the fixes before we even play this game. So apologies moving forward. Apologies from the future. Apologies from the past. And let's continue on this Imperialism march. Thunder get eliminated, and there's 4 teams left who we have not played as. Next team on the list is going to be the Toronto Raptors. And there's only one direction they can go, which is down. So for the Raptors, so let's say we'll follow the arrow in whichever down direction they go. So if it goes up, we can't count it. Going down and to the right. I think that's Detroit. We'll say this body of water is blocking them, so it's Minnesota. If we're going to have the Raptors versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. Raptors on the offensive here against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Of course, they went out and made the incredible move of bringing back Jakob Poeltl for a first-round pick. So I guess they're looking to win now, even though they're like the 6th worst team in the NBA. That's fun. Whole bunch of 80-ish players on their team. That's fun. Taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves, who said, forget it. We don't want D'Angelo Russell. We want Mike Conley. That's fun. Anyway, Fred VanVleet versus Mike Conley. Going to be an interesting matchup of undersized point guards. Gary Trent Jr. versus Anthony Edwards. OG Anunoby versus Taurean Prince. Scott Barnes versus Karl Towns is definitely going to be a fun matchup. Then Pascal Siakam versus Rudy Gobert. I'm actually kind of intrigued to see how that matchup plays up as well. In a battle of 2 very similarly talented teams, Timberwolves versus the Raptors. Raptors on the offensive. Timberwolves are the home team. And Michael Conley is bringing the ball up the court in his Minnesota Timberwolf 2K23 debut. Takes it to the post. Karl Towns being spotted by Scotty Barnes. Takes a fadeaway. Tough shot. Misses the ball. And that's not how you want to start off the game, with a tough fadeaway contested hand in your face by the other team's best player. Here's Pascal. Got a mismatch on him. Can't do much. Mike Conley should be about a foot shorter. Gets the foul. We're not going to be watching this, but good first start for the Raptors. Timberwolves take a lead in the first quarter, going to the second quarter, and the Timberwolves are rolling, but the Raptors are making a little bit of a fight of it. About a 10-point game here in the third quarter. Low scoring contest going into the fourth, 75-77. And this is definitely one of those matches that we're going to have to be watching. Oh no, the Timberwolves have stepped over and dominated in the fourth quarter. Have about a 15-point lead here with a minute left and another blowout. We are not watching a lot of down to the wire games because Anthony Edwards popped off 35, 8, and 6. Jalen Noel gave you 20 points in 22 minutes. Naz Reid was good, 13 of 5. Karl Towns pretty quiet, 10 of 9. Taurean Prince gave you 9 points. Kyle Anderson gave you 9. Rudy Gobert, 7 points, 10 rebounds. Anyway, Pascal Siakam gave you a 22, 8, and 2 game. Scotty Barnes gave you 18, 8, and 5. Fred VanVleet was okay, 14 and 8. Gary Trent Jr. gave you 13. How did Jakob Poeltl do? Wow, he only gave you 6 and 5. Maybe Jakob Poeltl isn't the answer to turning around your franchise. Anyway, Raptors, oh god, this again. Raptors thoroughly dominated. Pascal Siakam is the best player on the Raptors at this point by 4 overall. So he'll be going to the Timberwolves. I cannot spell. I guess he will be... Man, I don't even know how they want to play out this lineup. They kind of made their own bed when they had Rudy Gobert come over to take over the center position. So now you have Anthony Edwards, Pascal Siakam, Karl Towns, Rudy Gobert as your starting lineup somehow. I don't know how it's going to work, but good luck is all I can say. And Toronto becomes part of Timberwolf Nation. Bam, bam. That is all she wrote. Minnesota now officially the Canadian Minnesota Timberwolves. Toronto Raptors gone. And once again, let's just make this a little bit nicer. I don't like it when there's these lines just kind of sticking out, not really doing anything, taking up space, being ugly. Get off my screen, son. And there you go. Minnesota, Canadian Timberwolves. Raptors gone as the spinner gets thinner. And there's only 3 teams left who have not been a part of any of these contests. Cleveland Cavaliers, Blazers, and Los Angeles Clippers. Cleveland Cavaliers are next up on the list. What opportunities do the Cavs have? They can take on the Pistons, who just upset the Pacers. They could take on the 76ers, or they could go south and take whatever state this is. Kentucky. Yeah, totally. I knew this was Kentucky. If they go straight north, I guess they might have a chance of playing the Timberwolves as well. All right, arrow of truth, arrow of justice. What direction do they want to go? They want to go south to Kentucky. Oh, yeah. That means a 1 overall bump, probably for Donovan Mitchell, right? A little bit of this action. Make sure the Cleveland Cavaliers get just a smidge bigger. And we'll go ahead and make sure that Donovan Mitchell, I think he's not quite in the 99 overall club. He's a 91. Darius Garland, 87. MLB, 86. We'll give Donovan Mitchell the 92 overall squad. Good to see. All right, 2 teams left, and then we're starting over with the remainders. We have Clippers and Blazers, and it's going to be the Portland Trail Blazers. And what direction do they want to go? Team out there in the Pacific Northwest, not a lot of directions they can take over. Seattle, Washington, they can take over Idaho, or they could conceivably take on the Kings or the Lakers. Definitely interesting. Let's have them spin the arrow. Where's the button I'm looking for? There it is. Bam. Pick a direction. Where do you want to go, Portland? You want to go down and to the left. I think that's Lakers, right? Yeah, that's about as Lakers as it gets. So, Blazers at Lakers. Good luck. Portland Trail Blazers on the attack, taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. Of course, they picked up Stephen Curry in their last run. So we got Dame versus Steph, my favorite matchup. Then you got Anthony Simons versus D'Angelo Russell, pretty comparable there. Then Cam Reddish versus Rui Hachimura. Then Jeremy Grant versus a 99 overall LeBron James. And then Yusuf Nurkic versus Anthony Davis. I mean, let's be honest, the Lakers are going to win this whole damn thing again. They just have an unfair advantage where they can pick up Steph Curry. They could conceivably pick up a Kawhi Leonard as well. Just too much opportunity. They're already the best team in California. Unless we get some sort of crazy upset, I think the Lakers are going to win it all. Here is the tip. Anthony Davis wins, and Steph Curry in a LA Laker uniform just looks wrong, man. I don't like anything about this, but here he is. Steph Curry, greatest shooter in the history of the game. Damian Lillard, probably top 5 long distance shooters in the NBA. And there's a foul for Anthony Davis. Wow, the Lakers already getting the foul calls. The refs have been paid off, and look at this scoreboard. Yikes. Is that a 41 piece in this first quarter? 39 in the second quarter. This just is just sad at this point. 132, 140 to 103. Yeah. One team is good and one team is bad. LeBron James 36, 7 and 12. Steph Curry 33, 9 and 10. AD 29 and 13. D'Angelo Russell 25. You're just not gonna win when Damian Lillard is your only player doing everything he can. 36, 4 and 9. Jeremy Grant gave you 20. Ant gave you 10. Trent Wofford gave you 10. Just not enough help for this team. 103 to 147. Lakers are starting to stockpile talent, so they got LeBron James, Steph Curry, Anthony Davis, and now Damian Lillard as their backup point guard, D'Angelo Russell as well. Just a whole bunch of yikes going on. I'm going to give this 1 overall bump to Steph Curry, make him a 97 overall. I was thinking about Anthony Davis, but that is all right. Trailblazers are unfortunately eliminated. Oregon is officially Laker Nation. Like what I did there. Blazers gone. Color this in the beautiful gold of Los Angeles. And the Lakers, so far they've only taken over the West Coast, but damn, did they take over the West Coast. There is a chance that the Clippers could throw them off. Kings to a lesser extent, but not looking too good for some of these other teams. Blazers gone, and that means the only team left on the wheel is the Los Angeles Clippers. I think I completely bugged this screen out when there's only one team left, but the Clippers, they're going to have to take on the Lakers. There's literally nothing for them to do here. They can go up, down, left, right. It's Clippers versus Lakers. No chance, no choice. Good luck, Kawhi. You're going to need it. This will probably be the best chance of upending the Lakers squad before they go on to effectively be one of the last teams remaining in this Imperialism finals. But Clippers versus Lakers. Bones Highland, the new addition versus Damian Lillard. Oof. Paul George versus Stephanie Curry. Kawhi Leonard versus Rui Hachimura. Nicolas Batum versus LeBron James. And new addition Mason Plumlee versus Anthony Davis. I was going to start Ivica Zubac, but he's actually only a 79 overall in 2K. Kind of weird. But on the Lakers home court, of course, you know, the Clippers are the basement team. They still play in the same court at the same time. But this is effectively a home game for the Los Angeles Lakers. Crypto.com. The Crypt. Damian Lillard. Stephanie Curry. LeBron James. D'Angelo Russell. Anthony Davis. Who do you got? And LeBron James already picks up a foul. Yeah, that seems about right. Man, every time the Lakers and the Clippers play, it's just such must-watch TV. And you think that the Clippers should be the dominant team with the way that LeBron James is old as dirt, as Damian Lillard pulls up and misses a 3, but he's not. Nicholas Batum got the rebound, bringing the ball up the court, and Bones Highland point guarding for the Clippers. Mason Plumlee, I guess, is here as well, and Paul George is posted up on Stephanie Curry, bringing in the double team. Damian Lillard, doesn't matter. Nicholas Batum gets the kick out pass, and nothing came out of that. Shot clock ticking down. 5, 4, 3. Kawhi Leonard open 4-3 splash, and the Clippers get the first bucket of the game. Good signs for all you Lakers haters, but here we are, and the Lakers already dominating in the first quarter, 44-34. My God, they're gonna score 100 points in the first quarter. Are the Clippers gonna make a run at it? It's already 100-70. Yeah, that's pretty much game here. Ooh, it's down to a 6-point game here in the fourth quarter, 104-107. We're definitely gonna hop in and watch this. Clippers have been fighting back after the first half. 7-8-point game. Definitely want to see some kind of a comeback. 109-112, and the Lakers just stomped all over this comeback hope, as it is all over. 118-135. The Clippers come up short. 118-136. They made a game out of it, but Steph Curry was just too much. D'Angelo Russell, LeBron James, just too many good players. As for the Clippers, Paul George gave you a 41-8-6. Kawhi gave you a 31-3-5, and then not enough help from the rest of the team. And the problem in 2K simulation, you look at the overalls, Nicholas Batum should be like an 80. He's a 79. Ivica Zubac should be an 81. He's a 79. Norman Powell, I'll give you an 82. He's an 80. Marcus Morris, he's bad. Bones Highland, he's 78. He's an 80. That's weird. Terrence Mann, 79. He's a 77. Mason Plumlee is rated way too highly at an 81. Eric Gordon should be an 80. He's a 76. Robert Covington should be like a 78. He's a 76. 2K does not appreciate role players at all. The Clippers are probably, if not the deepest team in the NBA, then top 3 with the Wizards and Nets, because they have so much depth on their team. Any one of their players could start on a variety of teams. Anyway, all this is just to say that the Lakers picked up another superstar. King James picks up Kawhi Leonard, and this is already looking like the best team in all the NBA. LeBron James, Steph Curry, Anthony Davis, Damian Lillard, and Kawhi Leonard. I think it's kind of funny how small these Clippers are. This little ray of hope that somebody could upend the Los Angeles Lakers is officially gone. So we're going to be seeing them in the finals for sure. And make sure we fill up this little strip of LA that we tried to give to the Clippers. Gone. Laker, gold. And just to put on a little insult to injury, make sure that we edit out any of these lines. Get out of here, baby. This is all Laker nation. The Lakers, I mean, they don't even get bigger, but they defeated their rivals in the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, I've reset the wheel. Let's see if I can show you. Clippers, though, are gone, and the spinner gets thinner. We're not going to be eliminating any more teams unless they get defeated single-handedly. So, next up on the list is the Boston Celtics, and if you remember, they took over like Vermont or something. This northern tip of America, not a lot of teams, surprisingly. So what directions could they go? They could take Connecticut, they could take New Hampshire, Maine, or whatever, but that's really it. Let's see what direction they march, as the Boston Celtics could be another contender with the Los Angeles Lakers look to go directly west. What direction is that? That's the Knicks, man. There's no other way around it unless you want to give them Connecticut, which I kind of do, but at the same time, the Celtics need to pick up some players. So we're going Celtics at Knicks, going to be a good matchup. You got Marcus Smart versus Jalen Brunson. I like that. Malcolm Brogdon versus RJ Barrett. I like that. Jaylen Brown versus the pickup Mikal Bridges from Brooklyn. That's a good matchup. Jason Tatum versus Julius Randle. Not so much, but Jules is a pretty good player in his own right. And then Robert Williams versus Mitchell Robinson. I really like this entire matchup, top to bottom. Celtics defending NBA Eastern Conference champions. Knicks defending New York champions. All right, B- home court advantage for the defending New York Knicks, while the Celtics go on the offensive. Jalen Brunson gets the ball as Mitchell Robinson does win the tip, being picked up by Marcus Smart with the green hair. Gets a screen from Jules, got a switch with Jason Tatum. Jason kind of left his man, and Jalen Brunson open for a mid-range little floater. Easy 2 points for Jalen Brunson. And how are the Celtics going to respond? The Celtics are probably my dark horse favorite to win this. They always seem to not pick up and win enough games in Imperialism. Jason Tatum, step back 3, splash over the outstretched hands of Julius Randle. And in the first quarter, Celtics have a little bit of a lead here going into the second quarter, and the Knicks take the lead into halftime, 56-54. Going into the third, back and forth game here. Just a really close competitive game, and I like that, because no matter who wins, they're going to get Jason Tatum. And both these teams are pretty good, man. 95-88. Low scoring contest here in the third quarter, and the Knicks are starting to extend out their lead. Celtics need to go on a run. They have been shut down here in this fourth quarter. 6-point game, 3 minutes left, 9-point game, 12-point game. And I think the Celtics have lost 126-113. There's just not enough time for them to scratch and claw and fight their way back in. 3 seconds left. Yep. 131-123. And the Celtics, my dark horse, lost. Oh boy. Jalen Brunson had a 38-5-5 game. RJ Barrett had a 32-5-6 game. Julius Randle gave you 19, 9-9. Quickly gave you 16. Mitchell Robinson gave you 11. Mikal Bridges, not great in simulation. Jason Tatum was great, 34-4-5, but the rest of the team did not come along. Big Al gave you 18. Jaylen Brown only 14-9. That's not what you want. Robert Williams gave you 14-9. Malcolm Brogdon. Yeah, the Celtics just got one-upped by the New York Knicks, and New York started to look like a superpower in their own right. Could you imagine New York versus LA? That just don't seem right. Come on, small market teams. You can do it. We're the Grizzlies when you need them most. Now, let me tell you, I won't make this mistake twice. Jason Tatum going to the New York Knicks and going to get his 1 overall boost as well as he joins the 96 overall squad. Absolute superstar. And can you believe the Knicks have taken over the Boston Celtics as Knicks burnt orange? I don't know why I keep saying that. They're a pretty good team now. They might even be contenders to win the whole damn thing. Because you look at it, they're going to get basically 3 overall points if they just go north in this direction: New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine. Another overall point. I think this is Ocean, and then Delaware. Maybe I forget what these damn states are. So if they can oust the 76ers, they'll pick up Joel Embiid as a center. I'm just saying, there's a window of opportunity for New York versus LA. Make sure we update this wheel to say goodbye, Boston Celtics, and the spinner gets thinner. Who's going to be next to go on the offensive? Hopefully not the Lakers, and the 76ers, aforementioned, are going to be marching. What direction are they going to go? They could really go any direction. They could pick up an overall point. They could take on the Wizards, the Cavaliers, the Timberwolves, or the Knicks. So really, the world is your oyster, Philly. What do you want to do when you want to go up and to the left? It's more west than north, but I understand. I forgot to point the arrow, but here it is. This is the result. I'm just gonna say Cleveland. I know there's a world here where you could say that they're trying to march in this direction towards Minnesota, but Cleveland is right here. It makes too much sense. So we're gonna have Philadelphia at Cleveland. Heck of a matchup here. I definitely expect the 76ers to win, but they are the road team. They do have more overalls, but Donovan Mitchell got that overall boost. And look, the Cavs are a pretty menacing team in their own right. 2K loves the Cavs in simulation. You got James Harden versus Darius Garland, going to be fun. Tyrese Maxey versus Donovan Mitchell, going to be fun. Tobias Harris versus Isaac Okoro. George Niang versus Evan Mobley, going to be a tough matchup for George. And Joel Embiid versus Jared Allen. Definitely worthwhile. Definitely must-watch TV. Here we go. Cleveland, Ohio versus Joel Embiid and the 76ers. And Jared Allen wins the tip. Darius Garland bringing it up the court. And let's play some bets on this. I'm going to say Donovan Mitchell drops 40 points tonight as the Cleveland Cavaliers upset the Sixers. Because, oh boy, Joel Embiid got shook but recovered and has a mean block. Holy crap, he's leading the NBA in blocks in simulation. James Harden. When has James Harden ever done that? When has James Harden ever elevated like that in his damn life? Well, there you go. Cleveland Cavalier has a first quarter lead. 76ers taking over in the second quarter, leading halftime, a couple points, back and forth game going into the third quarter. Fourth quarter, another low scoring contest, 78-72. Only 9 minutes left, and it looks like the Cavaliers are starting to struggle to score, put together points. It's only 8-point quarter in the fourth, and the Cavs just cannot score. Get a little bit of points here, but it might be too little too late. It's a 10-point game, 8-point game, 10-point game, 12-point game. Yikes, it looks like the Cavaliers are going to fall short, 102-92. And another not really close enough game to jump in and hop in and enjoy. 105-95. Donovan Mitchell only put up 23, 6, and 5. Darius Garland was pretty good, 20 and 9. Jared Allen, 13 and 3. They just did not have enough scoring for their wing players. Ricky Rubio gave you 13 off the bench. Evan Mobley gave you 10 and 10. But Karis LeVert, 7. Kevin Love, 5. Isaac Okoro, 4 points in 26 minutes. As for the 76ers, James Harden popped off 28, 7, and 8. Joel Embiid, 21 and 13. Tyrese Maxey, 18. Tobias Harris gave you 10. I mean, they're picking up Donovan Mitchell, so they're going to be supremely undersized. Like, Spider Mitchell is maybe 6'1", Tyrese Maxey, same thing. James Harden is 6'5" on a good day. So what is their lineup even going to look like? Make sure Joel Embiid joins the 99 overall club after winning that. So they'll have James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, Tobias Harris, PJ Tucker, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey off the bench. Not sure how ideal that is, but that's just... And Cleveland, goodbye. This is for you. Philadelphia is taking over. Phil with that. Philadelphia, burnt blue. And Philadelphia is starting to look like a superpower in their own right. Some of the non-usual suspects we see here, like Lakers, of course, they're going to dominate the Kings. Jazz, didn't expect them to win a couple games. Rockets are still sticking around. Hornets, Grizzlies. So not the usual superpowers that you kind of expect at this point. Cavaliers, gone. And the spinner gets thinner. Next up on the list is going to be the Miami Heat. Yeah. And the Heat kind of have this weird section of southern, southeastern. That's the word. America section off. They could take on the Hornets. Could take on the Grizzlies. Could take on the Rockets. So we'll see which direction they want to go as we, bam, spin the arrow. Where are you going, Jimmy? Where are you going, Paula Beccaro? They're going up and to the left, northwest. And that'll be wrong screen. Boom. That looks like Memphis to me. Or do we want to give them this state that I don't know? Alabama. Yeah, totally. Alabama, like I said. We look at the arrow. I'm going to give them Alabama just so we can knock this off the map, because we do have like all these states in the middle of America that we need to get rid of as well. So I'm going to start trying to focus on some of these overall points for these teams. Jimmy Butler bumped up to a 94 overall. We'll be taking over, crossing out these lines with burnt red. Miami Heat logo continues to grow. Next team on the list. Spin the wheel. Who's going to be on the move next? There's not too many teams left. Maybe 10, 15. The Detroit Pistons now with Giannis have the move. Anything up is going to be Minnesota Timberwolves. Anything to the left or to the right will be 76ers. And then they could take a couple overall points as well. What direction are you going, Detroit? Bam! Spin the wheel. And they're going... They're going to that state. Is that Missouri? Tell me it's Missouri. Tell me I'm smart. Bam! Yes, sir. Missouri. I'm so good at U.S. geography. I didn't fail geography every single time I took it, which is once. There you go. Detroit taking over Missouri with some more Detroit burnt blue. Okay, good. Knocking off a couple teams. Next up on the wheel is going to be the Memphis Grizzlies. I haven't heard too much from them. What direction are they going to be looking to go? Up, down, left, right? They want to go just right in the middle of Northwest. I hate when these arrows are kind of I'm pretty sure this is Utah Jazz. Like theoretically, it looks more west than north. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah, we'll give him the Jazz. We'll do Grizzlies at Jazz.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Here we are after fixing everything. It is the Grizzlies at the Thunder, not the Jazz. Attention, idiots. Airball Jones has decided to join you among the low IQ crowd. We have John Morant taking on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Going to be a heck of a matchup. Desmond Bane versus Josh Giddey. Lou Gins Dort versus Dylan Brooks. Jaren Jackson Jr. versus Lauri Markkanen, the young acquiree. And Chet Holmgren versus Steven Adams. Definitely going to be one heck of a matchup. I would say the Thunder should have the advantage because they're the home team. Grizzlies are a damn good team in their own right. It's really going to come down to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander versus Ja Morant. Who you got? I got the... I'm going Thunder because 2K loves the Thunder in simulation. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander bringing the ball up the court for the tip because Chet Holmgren, the GOAT, the God, the unicorn, does win over Steven Adams, the strongest man in the NBA. Shai, step back, mid-range elbow pull-up, miss. Not a good start for my prediction, let's just say that. John Morant, though, unstoppable, a glitch in simulation. Got Jaren Jackson Jr. versus Chet. Bit of a strength mismatch, if you ask me, but Ja gets his shit rejected pathetically by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He says, get that shit out of here. 5 seconds. John Morant, mid-range, jumper. Miss. Chet Holmgren grabs the rebound, and we got another 0-0 scoring game here. It's so funny. In the NBA, they score like 10 points in the first 2 minutes, and then in simulation, they get a foul. Well, you know what? That's just going to be a shooting foul. That's going to go to free throws. We don't need to watch that as we have the Thunder jumping out to an early lead. Back and forth here into the second quarter. Looks like the Grizzlies know the Thunder, no the Grizzlies, no the Thunder, no the Grizzlies have a lead. Going into halftime, third quarter, it is a small lead for the Grizzlies. And here we are in the fourth quarter, low scoring as look at that third quarter. The Grizzlies 37-14 over the Thunder. Can the Thunder make any sort of comeback whatsoever? Why is every game we watch a blowout? What am I supposed to do with that? Well, it looks like the Grizzlies are going to march away with a 20-point victory. 119, what was it, 99? Yeah, they didn't even break 100. Shea had a good game, 34 and 8. Chet was okay, 18 and 9, just not enough help. Miles Bridges somehow made his way to the team, and even that wasn't good enough. How did I not see that? Funny. Lauri Markkanen started, Lou Dort played over him. Interesting. I think the CPU just filled out the roster for the Thunder on its own, which is frustrating. But John Morant, 40, 10, and 5 game from him, just unreal. Desmond Bane, 23 and 5. Luke Kennard, the new acquiree, gave you 13. Dylan Brooks, Jaren Jackson. I saw a video where somebody called Luke Kennard trash. It was just so bizarre to me because the NBA is a league of specialists. So can Luke Kennard dribble? No. Can he defend? No. Is he tall? No. Is he a great passer? No. But he is a knockdown sharpshooter from 3, even as a quality mid-range game. And if you ask him to do anything else, yeah, he's not that good of a player doing those various other tasks. But it's like saying, oh, how good is a goldfish at climbing a tree? Well, he sucks compared to a panda or something. But of course, this is a league of specialists. I don't know. People are on the internet. What else can I say as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander going over to the Grizzlies? And I think they're going to be a tick undersized here. What we'll do is we'll bump Shai to the 2 just because he is a scorer. I know they're both scorers and ball dominant at that. I guess Desmond Bane can be an undersized 3. 6'5" isn't the worst thing. So the roster going to look John Morant, Desmond Bane. No, rebuild. Gonna look John Morant, Shai, Desmond Bane, Jaren, and then Steven Adams. If they get like a Nikola Jokic center here, they are going to be a mean team to say the least. Let's make sure we update the map. 3 hours in, I'm doing my best not to make mistakes, but if I do, it is what it is. Apologies to all y'all out there. Thunder are officially gone as the Grizzlies expand their control, picking up Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in the process, and they're going to be picking up this really funnily shaped stretch of land, not including Phoenix. Come on, Photoshop, work with me here. So they're basically getting what is this, Utah and like New Mexico, and then they're stretching all the way out to Tennessee. They are the wall of America, you know. We're always talking about building a wall. Well, Memphis has built the wall. There are no immigrants allowed. Is that racist? Can you say that? 5 minutes from now, you'll hear an apology from me. I'd like to apologize to anybody that I offended. Now you got to do the YouTuber like initial breakdown. Hi guys, Airball McGee here. I'd like to apologize for something that I said. Anyway, Memphis, I don't know what I'm saying, has expanded across America. They're huge. And the Thunder come off the list as the spinner gets thinner. Next team going to be on the offensive, and there aren't too many teams left. We have the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Canadian Timberwolves, I remember. And we look at the Minnesota Timberwolves. Theoretically, we could start from anywhere. So if they go south, I'm going to follow the arrow and kind of take up some of these empty states and give some overall boost. If they force my hand, I'll have them take on the New York Knicks or the Pistons, to a lesser extent the 76ers. But we'll see how this one plays out. Get to the right screen, press the right buttons, and bam, spin the arrow of justice. And they're going down, south, and kind of to the right. Where does that put them? Where does that put them? We'll give them this state that I don't know what it's. Is this South Dakota? Let me pull out my map of I'm smart. We'll give them South Dakota. Darn tootin', it's fine and dandy here, so we're going to fill that up. South Dakota going to the Minnesota Timberwolves. This looks like complete duty, so let me make sure that this doesn't have a line here. Oh boy, Airball Jones here is a Photoshop pro, but look how big Minnesota's getting. And back to the Timberwolves. Who do they pick up? Yeah, they got Pascal Siakam, that's right. But I'm still going to give the point to Anthony Edwards. I just think he has the potential to be the best player on this team in the long haul. So 89 overall for Ant. Love to see that. And the next team on the list is, oh, spin a spinner there. What team is gonna go on the offensive? Oh, darn tootin', it's the Kings. No chance if they go to Lakers. So anywhere east, Kings is where you want to go. Trust me on that. You look at the map, anywhere east, although they're taking on the Grizzlies. Grizzlies Lakers could be a fun matchup too. Anyway, enough pussyfooting around. Let's spin the wheel, see where the Kings want to go. Up, down, left, right. They're going south. And where does that put them? Pull the map up. It's either Lakers or Suns. I'm gonna go Suns. I feel like we got enough Lakers here. Yeah. We'll go Kings at the Suns. Okay, Sun Kings matchup. Here you go. Remember when the Suns and the Kings were bad and they just both rooted for each other's franchises? Anyway, De'Aaron Fox versus Cliff Paul gonna be a fun matchup. Kayvon Huerter versus Devin Booker. Harrison Barnes versus TJ Warren is about a push, but then Keegan Murray versus Kevin Durant. Domantas Sabonis versus Nikola Jokic will be fun, but then they have DeAndre Ayton as well as the backup center, which will be surprising in its own right. How do you feel about DeAndre Ayton, the backup center? Phoenix, Arizona, home of the Super Bowl, and Nikola Jokic wins the tip. And this is just a filthy lineup here. It's definitely comparable to what the Lakers have. The Lakers have picked up a few more superstars, so that's not really fair, but I mean, if the Suns pick this up, they got Kevin Durant as Devin Booker just makes an elbow jumper like it's nothing. Maybe we give them De'Aaron Fox. I mean, I don't even know. The Suns are already stacked. If they just continue to stockpile talent, it's not even fair. Domantas Sabonis is slow. What is happening? Kings trying to do a play. Purple on purple. Who you got? Domantas Sabonis gets 2 points. Yams it over the Joker. And I can't skip this. I'm sorry. I want to go into Simcast. Thank you. Definitely would be a good game to watch, but we're not going to watch that. We're just going to go into the first quarter where the Suns jump out to an early lead, winning in the second quarter by quite a bit as well. 15-point game here going into the fourth quarter. 20-point game. Unless the Kings make a furious push in the fourth quarter, it is going to be too little, too late as the Suns stomp on the throats of the Sacramento Kings. Suns are officially the winners of the Sun Kings. 129-113. Devin Booker 33 and 10. Kevin Durant 25, 7 and 7. Nikola Jokic triple-double 23, 10 and 12. Cliff Paul 19, 5 and 8. Cameron Payne off the bench 13. DeAndre Ayton off the bench 11 and 12. Just too much. As De'Aaron Fox had a valiant game 27, 4 and 9. Domantas Sabonis 25, 15, but only 3 assists and just not enough support. Keegan Murray gave you 14. Harrison Barnes 11. Chimezie Metu gave you 11. Kayvon Huerter 7 points in 31 minutes. That's just not going to cut it when you're trying to upset the Suns, which means Domantas Sabonis, the 90 overall Sabonis, is going to go over to the Suns. Now they have an abundance of centers, so what I'm going to do is actually drop Sabonis to his original natural power forward position. I don't know what it'll do to their lineup, but Sabonis is a 90 overall, which means Kevin Durant can drop down to the 3, and that puts like a TJ Warren at the 2. How does this lineup look? So you got Cliff Paul, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Domantas Sabonis, Nikola Jokic, DeAndre Ayton, TJ Warren campaign. That's a mean lineup, as well as the fact that Kevin Durant gonna get the bump up to a 98 overall, soon to be joining the 99 overall squad. Too little, too late, Sacramento. You tried. As the Suns, kind of like the Grizzlies, are kind of building this weird empire. I'm not really sure what to describe it as. I have the right screen pulled up for you guys. I do. And this map just looking a little more orange. I don't like this line. I hate how this always leaves a line and I have to paint over it like I'm a professional or something. So Suns versus Kings, definitely going to be a matchup for the ages. Grizzlies here as well. Timberwolves, Pistons to a lesser extent, and then the Knicks got a good squad. So the Kings, get off my list. The spinner gets thinner, and we're down to, I think, maybe 10 teams at this point, as next up will be the Houston Rockets. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 teams on the list. So as for the Rockets, what direction do they want to go? They could take over this state, which I totally don't know the name. And I'm not buying time to tell you that it's Mississippi. I just needed to, rack my brain. They could go after Mississippi. They could go after the Dallas Luka Doncic's. They could try to take on the Grizzlies. Not a lot of opportunities for the Rockets, but we'll see where they go. And spin the arrow. Houston, what you want to do? God, they keep doing middle-ish directions, which isn't great for me. I'm going to give them Mississippi. Like, that's the only one that looks logical here, right? Yeah. Mississippi, now burnt red. Okay, Houston Rockets going to get a little bit of a boost. And make sure we give their players a boost as well. R before E, except after C, right? Oh, that's right. They have Zion. I completely forgot that the Rockets picked up a Zion Williamson. Is that fair? That doesn't seem fair to me. Anyway, next up on the list of teams, spinning the arrow, press the button. Bam. 12 teams left on the docket. Who is going to be the champions of America? The other team from Texas, Dallas Mavericks, are on the march. What direction does Dallas want to go? It's going to be Grizzlies or Rockets. Straight up. Pick a side and go. You can't go that way. Pick another side. That's Memphis, man. All right. Dallas Mavericks versus Memphis Grizzlies. Luka Doncic versus Ja Morant. Gonna be a heck of a matchup. Mavericks on the march at the Grizzlies. Luka Doncic versus Ja Morant. You love to see it. Kyrie Irving versus Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Gonna be fun. Desmond Bane versus Tim Hardaway Jr. Keldon Johnson versus Jaren Jackson Jr. And Christian Wood versus Steven Adams. Definitely a good matchup. A battle of two powers in the NBA imperialist nation of America. Grizzlies are the home court team, and here we go. Dallas Mavericks win the tip. Luka bleeping Doncic bringing the ball up the court. And man, Kyrie Irving has just worked wonders on this team. Keldon Johnson will be a good enough piece, but Luka and Kyrie. Then you got Christian Wood and Keldon Johnson. Unfortunately, Tim Hardaway Jr. is someone you want to upgrade upon, but as I say that, he throws down an easy dunk as the Mavericks take a 2-0 lead. Ja Morant got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander as his co-running mate now instead of Desmond Bane, who's been relegated to like the 5th option on this team. Ja Morant picks up some fouls, and we're going in to Simcast. Taking off the first lead is the Dallas Mavericks. Highest scoring game here going into the second quarter. Halftime, it's about 80-70 going into the third. Tie game, back and forth. Going into the fourth quarter, this might be one of those that we can finally hop in and watch the Mavericks have a little bit of a lead here in the fourth. 112, 108, 117, 111. Definitely ready to hop in at about the 3-minute mark. 9-point game, 10-point game, 11-point game. The Grizzlies are kind of hanging around, but they need to get some buckets. And Christian Wood, once again, is at the free throw line. But remember, he can't shoot free throws. Yup. Missed. I think he's 0 for 3 since we started recording in free throws. Yikes. Ja Morant bringing the ball up the court. Got Luka guarding him. Luka in simulation is an incredible defender. Ja open for 3. Oh, the Grizzlies needed that. Time is ticking on their hopes for winning this game and improving their team, picking up a Luka Doncic, going to the promised land. Otherwise, Ja Morant might be the Dallas Maverick. Josh Green nails a 3, and that's pretty much game right there. 12-point game, 2 minutes left. I want to stick around and watch this just a little bit in case the Grizzlies can do anything magical here. I wasn't expecting Josh Green, for example, to be the one who puts him over the top, but I don't know what's happening. Ja Morant open for 3. Missed again. Ja's 0 for 2 in clutch threes. Imagine if he made that and Josh Green didn't make his 3. It'd be 127 to 130. Instead, now it's a 12-point game. 3-pointers matter so much in the NBA. Luka is just going to bully poor Ja here, isn't he? Bullied him. And that's pretty much game. We're going to simcast through the rest of this. I don't need to watch the Mavericks roll. 142-127. Shai was pretty solid. 26, 6, and 12. Desmond Bane, 24. Ja Morant, disappearing act. 18, 4, and 11. You don't like to see that. As for the Mavs, Luka was okay. 26, 13, and 11. Kyrie was okay. 25, 3, and 7. JaVale McGee gave you 21 points. Okay. Tim Hardaway Jr. gave you 18. Keldon Johnson gave you 18. Christian Wood gave you 10 and 8. Reggie Bullock gave you 10 as well as the Grizzlies after building that wall fall. So who is the better player here? Because they're both 95 overalls. Theoretically, we could take either. Now I go to the Grizzlies and I go to the Mavericks and I know they already have Kyrie Irving. What I'm thinking is play Shai at the 3 or play Luka at the point forward. Because Shai's got size, something that Ja Morant unfortunately does not. He's 6'6", right? So we send him over to the Mavericks. He's their consolation, their victory prize for being the best team. And replaces, I don't know, Jaden Hardy, that's fine. And then who's a better perimeter defense? Luka has A- perimeter defense. That's so dumb. Let's play Shai at the 3. And Luka can continue to be the point guard, just do what he does best. Shai's like a point forward. I mean, they got 3 point guards basically on their team. And of course, Luka going up into the 99 overall squad, joining some of the elite of the elites. So their team's going to look like Luka, Kyrie, Shai, Keldon, and Christian Wood. Their front court, incredible. Center and power forward needs a little bit of help. And make sure we fill in the map as well. Memphis, unfortunately, gone. Get out of here. And let's make sure we fill this unfortunate Texas area of the map. Goodbye. It is all burnt blue of the Dallas Mavericks. And there you have it. Make sure the Mavericks logo gets a little bit of a size bump as well. They take over everything that was controlled by the powerful Memphis Grizzlies. I almost said Vancouver Grizzlies. Can't believe that. Bam, remove them from the spinner, and the spinner gets thinner. Next team on the list is going to be the Charlotte Hornets. Maybe? Who've been pretty quiet up to this point. Haven't really done much. I think they took one state, like West Virginia or South Carolina or whatever. So they're going to take on the Heat, Mavericks, or Wizards. Those are really their three options. Let's see what direction they will try to go. Bam! Spin the arrow. Where you marching, LaMelo? You're going straight north. I respect it. You're going after the Wizards. Probably the best chance that they had. Maybe the Heat to a lesser extent, but Bradley Beal might be a Charlotte Hornet. LaMelo Ball might be a Washington Wizard. Gonna be a fun matchup. Hornets on the march to Washington. LaMelo Ball versus Monte Morris is gonna be a mismatch, but then Terry Rozier versus Bradley Beal. That's about a push. Then you have Diha Turbo versus Gordon Hayward. PJ Washington versus Kyle Kuzma mismatch, and then could have stopped Porzingis versus the young Rick Richards. I'd kind of like to see this Wizard squad if they pick up LaMelo Ball, so I'm rooting for the Wizards, interestingly enough, 100%. Both teams pretty horrible in record, but here we are, see home court advantage, which is meh at best for your Washington Wizards. The seats aren't even full for this adventure. Is the audio bunked up? I hope not. Anyway, Bradley Beal not doing anything. I was trying to listen in. Sounds fine for the most part. Sounds a little janky too. Danny Avdija just dribbling. This is like the worst possession I've ever seen in my life. I don't know what's happening. Danny Avdija goes for the layup and he puts it in. 2 points for Turbo. LaMelo Ball bringing the ball up the court the other way. He's got Monte Morris on him. That should be a mismatch. He punishes all night. Bringing out PJ Washington for the screen and roll. It's a fake. And PJ for 3. Misses. Yeah, that's really how the Hornets, not even season, their entire existence has gone. Wide open for 3, miss. Going into the third quarter, they're losing. Kind of a closer game than I thought, but the Wizards are starting to pull away here. 16 points in the fourth quarter, and that's going to be too little, too late. 11-point game, but 1 minute left. Just not enough. 120 to 104. Wizards win. Kristaps Porzingis had a good game. 30, 12, and 3. Bradley Beal, 26, 3, and 3. Kyle Kuzma, 21, and 12. Daniel Gafford, 12, and 12. As for the Hornets, Scary Terry, have yourself a game. 34, 3, and 5. LaMelo Ball, 19, 7, 9, but he is gone. PJ Washington, 10. Nick Richards, 10, 11. Just, Hornet basketball. LaMelo Ball, the newest Washington Wizards, and we're going to give him an overall boost instead of Bradley Beal, just because I think LaMelo is a better player right now than Bradley is. Bradley's just been steadily regressing, which makes you wonder how he got the max contract, no trade exception as well, which means Charlotte, thank you for your services. You are gone. Taking over is the Washington Burt Blue, and bam. Washington starting to look pretty menacing over there. They got a decent team. If they could just get like one superstar on their squad, steal Joel Embiid, they could really make a run at this. Anyway, the jokes aside, go over here, say Hornets, get the hell off the spinner as the spinner gets thinner. Next team coming up is the Timberwolves, the Canadian Timberwolves. Y'all already know I love saying that. Where are they going? Look at the map. They could really go anywhere. So it's going to kind of be up to where the arrow puts them, if I'm being completely honest. Again, got to knock off some of these states that don't have any teams in them. So if they go up and to the left, I don't think he can go that way. We'll give him Montana, just so we can knock that off. Seems fine to me. Here we go. Little bam action. And make sure Anthony Edwards just gets another overall bump. Now he's up into the 90s. Going to be a really good player soon, if not already. Easy enough. Next team on the list, spinning the wheel, is going to be the Suns. Yes? Suns. Definitely a menacing team. Are they going to try to take on the Lakers early, or are they going to go after the Mavericks? We need some East Coast teams to really take off as well. But it's going to be... I mean, theoretically, they could go after Idaho, but it looks like it's going to be Lakers or Mavericks. The Suns have that weird patch going on. All right, Arrow of Justice, Arrow of Fate. Where are you going to go? Give me some great movies where they have fate. It looks like they want to take on the Lakers, man. That looks pretty Lakers to me. I don't think we have a choice. Suns at Lakers. Here we go. Suns on the march, trying to dethrone the Lakers. You got Cliff Paul versus Damian Lillard, Devin Booker versus Stephanie Curry, Kevin Durant versus Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James versus Domantas Sabonis, and Nikola Jokic versus Anthony Davis. This is our probably second best chance to dethrone the Lakers other than what we had against the Clippers, which wasn't really a good chance. So I got my fingers crossed. Of course, the Lakers are the home team. I think I'm speaking for everybody when I say we're rooting against the Lakers in this matchup, purely because I want to see some new teams. The Lakers win everything because they get to steal Steph Curry and Damian Lillard immediately. Then they get to beat the Kings. It's not fair watching the Lakers win everything. They already have LeBron James, who's way better than he should be in 2K23. I think he's like a 98 overall at this point, even though he doesn't play defense. Whatever. Enough complaining. Damian Lillard trying to get glitchy on the aging Cliff Paul, and he gets a foul. That's just great. Hopping into Simcast, and we got the Suns jumping out to a lead in the first quarter. Like to see that. Second quarter, it's more of a back and forth game. Suns have about a 10-ish point lead here in the third quarter, and they are just dominating. Holy crap, thought you'd be a little bit more competitive, LA. Well then, you know what, I lied. I'm not rooting for the Lakers or the Suns. I'm rooting for one of these games to come down to the wire and have a buzzer beater shot, because every single game has been a 20-point mismatch. 137 to 110, the Suns dominated. Stephanie Curry, 28, 8, and 11. Kawhi gave you 18 and 2. LeBron gave you 18, 8, and 7. Dame gave you 13. D'Angelo Russell gave you 13. Rui Hachimura gave you 12, not bad. And then Anthony Davis gave you 8 and 6. Yeah, okay. Book was a monster, 36, 4, and 5. Nikola Jokic, 24, 8, and 9. Cliff Paul, 17, 5, and 8. Domantas Sabonis, 16, 7, and 9. Kevin Durant, only 15, 5, and 10. And then Cameron Payne off the bench, 12 points again. DeAndre Ayton, also a bench warmer, 9 and 4. Well, wasn't expecting that, which means LeBron James is officially a Phoenix son. Now, what position do we want to play? I think I might have Bronny take over at the official point guard position, just because, I mean, he is, a kind of point guard. It just works. And we already got Kevin Durant on the team as well. And it drops his overall to a 96, so we can continue to boost his overall. Regardless, he can take over Cliff Paul's spot. So you got LeBron James, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Domantas Sabonis, and Nikola Jokic. That is a mean team. Don't forget to give the 1 overall boost to Kevin Durant, who is now in the 99 overall squad, and LeBron actually out of the 99 overall squad, 96 overall at this point, so we can definitely improve him as well. Phoenix now looking dominant, now looking monsters. Make sure we update the map, and unfortunately we will not have repeating champions in the Los Angeles Lakers. Goodbye. In Phoenix, only won a few games, but just with the addition of Kevin Durant, they are taking over the entire West Coast. A little bit of boom, a little bit of bop. Lakers gone. Get off the wheel as the spinner gets thinner. Only looks like there's 9 teams at this point, if I could guess. New York Knicks are certainly one of the teams that is menacing to deal with. We look at the map. A lot of opportunity to play the 76ers, a lot of opportunity to play the Timberwolves, and a lot of opportunity to really just say, you know what, we're gonna go and bump our overall. So let's see where the wheel of justice decides to send them. The wheel of fate, the wheel of doom, and they're going down. The Knicks are going down. You heard it here first, as that is Delaware, right? I'm doing it. I'm going to fill up this state just because we need to, just because it's here. Phil, New York Knicks, you're going to live to survive another day. There we go. I mean, not a lot of changes here. Knicks are good. And then make sure we give them their overall point. Jason Tatum bumping up an overall up to a 97. Like I said, when there's an opportunity to steal a state, we're just going to go ahead and take that instead of possibly going into a matchup and losing a team. So next up is the Philadelphia 76ers, and they were very similar to what the Knicks are doing. They're a little bit bigger. It's basically Knicks, Timberwolves, Pistons, Wizards. Where do the 76ers want to go? Or Mavericks. They could really go anywhere. Spin the wheel of fate. Where does it go? Down again. That looks like Mavericks, my friend. Look at the map. Scroll out a little bit. It could be Mavericks. It could be Wizards. I'm going to have the 76ers take on the Wizards. I don't want these superstar teams to play each other just yet, Spoilers and all that fun stuff. So we're going to have 76ers at the Wizards. 76ers at the Wizards. And of course, the Wizards pick up LaMelo Ball. The 76ers should win this easily. But I'm just saying, if the Wizards pull this off, they got Joel Embiid at the 5, Kristaps at the 4, Kuzma at the 3, Beal at the 2, LaMelo at the 1. That's a team that could conceivably go on a run here. Anyway, James Harden versus LaMelo Ball going to be great. Donovan Mitchell versus Bradley Beal, going to be a fun matchup of undersized scorers. Tobias Harris versus Corey Kispert. PJ Tucker versus Kyle Kuzma. Joel Embiid versus Kristaps Porzingis is definitely going to be a fun matchup as well. Here we are in Washington. The worst team has the home court advantage. What will that pay for? Not a lot, but let's see if a 99 overall Joel Embiid will stay on the 76ers, get a little more help, or will he end up on the Washington Wizards? James Harden, bring the ball up the tee, up the court, up the words. I'm in like hour 5 of this already. If I'm making mistakes and saying bad words, I'm sorry. Oh, LaMelo Ball shook. Got him leaning. James Harden with the cross. That was mean and a bad start for the Wizards, but you know, the Wizards, never strangers for losing or winning games. The Wizards they're just so funny. They'll win 5 games in a row and then lose 5 games in a row. There's no rhyme or reason as Kristaps Porzingis nails the and one, hopping into Simcast, and the first quarter actually goes to the Wizards going into halftime, and they have about a 10-point lead here. Of course, no lead is safe in NBA 2K as they have a 20-point lead here. What is happening to the 76ers? Did they just forget how to play basketball? Well, another game, another blowout, about a 15-point lead here, and 132-118. Man, I'm not getting a lot of game and a lot of gameplay, but Bradley Beal, 33 points for him. LaMelo, 25, 13, and 15. Kuz had 20. Porzingis had 20 and 10. As for Joel Embiid, he only had 22 points and 13 rebounds. Kind of disappointing. James Harden gave you 19, 9, and 11. Never forget. Tyrese Maxey gave you 19. Tobias Harris, 18 and 4. Donovan Mitchell. Oof. That's not what you want to see. Also, neither is this angle. And there you have it. Joel Embiid is officially a Washington Wizard. Not going to look great in the jersey, all things being equal, but let's give LaMelo Ball another overall bump up to the 89 overall. How do we want this rotation to look? I think we do what I said we should do and put Porzingis at the 4. I know he's more of a 5 these days, but drop Kyle Kuzma to the 3, Porzingis to the 4, and just get all the best players on the court at the same time and leave it at that. So Philadelphia eliminated in unspectacular fashion. Kind of disappointing if I'm being honest. I thought they'd go a little further in this. They picked up Donovan Mitchell. I know the fit isn't great, don't get me wrong, but like, come on. You got Joel Embiid, you got James Harden, you got Tyrese Maxey, you got Donovan Mitchell. Come on. And paint. I think this is a state here. I think one of these is Rhode Island. I don't know states or anything. Maybe it's Delaware. Anyway, there is an opportunity for a state down here somewhere. Let me look at my map. Yeah, like that's Delaware. Definitely not looking at a map for like grade school kids. So we just need to make sure that that gets picked up. But the 76ers, gone. The spinner gets thinner. And then there were, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the Minnesota Timberwolves on the march again. It seems like they get a lot of these roles, which is what I try to avoid, which I did that first round. I'm going to take one of these states if they even try to go in any direction. We just need to start knocking off some of these states that people don't visit as much. Let's just say that. And they want to go north. Come on, Minnesota. Work with me here. You want to go to the left. That looks like Idaho to me, my friends, right? Let's say they start in North Dakota and work their way over to Idaho. Ant's officially a 91 overall. He's going to have to carry this team until they can pick up another star. Okay, spinning the wheel one more time. And we have the Dallas Mavericks. All right, the Mavericks are in kind of a weird situation as well. If we look at them on the map, it could conceivably go north. They could take out the Rockets. I'm trying to avoid having them take out the Suns this early, but, you know, it's certainly an option. And then there's a lot of empty states. So what direction do the Mavs want to go? And it looks like it is straight up north. That state, which, hold on, I know it off the top of my head, is where are you? Ohio, Iowa, Kansas. Yeah, that's Kansas. Duh. We're gonna be taking Kansas, baby. Bam. How we looking? Mavericks getting a little bit bigger. And one overall boost to probably Luka, unless he's a 99 already. Yeah, Luka's a 99, so we'll give it to Shea. Now up to a 96 overall small forward. You can believe that. Next team on the list, spin the wheel. And it's going to be the New York Knicks. It is the New York Knicks. Where are the Knicks going to go? What do they want to do? They got a couple overall bumps. You could take on Minnesota. You could take on Washington. And there is Delaware way down there. You can barely see it. So let's see what direction the Knicks want to go. Kings of New York. Can they be kings of America? That looks like Delaware to me, right? Are we Delawareing it? Nah, that's nobody. That's the ocean. Come on, New York. You got to be a little smarter than that. Come on, New York. You got to be a little smarter than that. Straight down. Can I do Delaware this time? Does that work? I don't think so. But I'm going to do it anyway. New York, stand up sort of. Stand to the side and get that 1 overall bump. Jason Tatum officially a 98 overall. He's 1 game away from joining the 99 overall squad. Gonna be fun to see. Imagine the New York Knicks with a 99 overall Jason Tatum on their squad. All right, a little boom, and spin the wheel. Only a few teams left, a few states left as well. Minnesota Timberwolves back up to the plate. What do they want to do? What can they do? Look at the arrow. There's still a whole bunch of states for them to take. They just have a whole lot of territory, but they only have 190 overall, so it's definitely going to be fun to see. Bam, spin the arrow, point to a random direction. They want to go down to the right. That is... I'm going to give them Wyoming. Yeah. Paint this over a little bit. Hopefully I get the part that I can't see. And Wyoming is officially part of Timberwolf Nation. Timberwolves, they got a lot of land. I don't know how good their team is going to be, but we'll make sure that Anthony Edwards continues to climb in the overall department. Timberwolves starts with a T as we troll over here. Bam, Anthony Edwards, 92 overall. You'll love to see it. Spin the wheel. I'ma spin the wheel. Who's next as I spin the wheel? Heat. Haven't heard from them in a while. What direction do the Miami Heat want to go? Down there kind of in the bottom left, bottom right, southeast of America. Let's find out. Bam. Spin the arrow. I'ma spin the arrow. That looks like Rockets, right? That's 100% Rockets. Yeah. Heat at Rockets. Heat at the Rockets is going to be a fun one. It should be a complete landslide by the Heat, but you know they don't play great in simulation, and the Rockets did pick up a 94 overall Zion Williamson. So you got Trae Young versus Kevin Porter Jr., Tyler Hero versus Jalen Green about a push, Jimmy Buckets versus Kenny Martin Jr., then Zion versus Paulo Banchero. Woof. Battle of the former #1 overall picks. Bam Adebayo versus Alperen Şengün. I got to be honest, I like this matchup. I'm praying. I'm hoping for a close game, coach. Make something within 50 points as this lady sings the Star Spangled Banner again. Welcome to Houston, where the girls are prettier than San Antonio. Just ask Charles Barkley. Heat win the tip. Trae Young bringing the ball up the court. I forgot that he's a Miami Heat. I don't think he's got Heat culture around him at all. That should have been an alley-oop from Bam, but it wasn't. Jimmy Buckets now has the ball. Picks up the screen, and he goes right by Alperen Şengün. Oh, he missed Alpi with a good defense, and Kevin Porter Jr. coming the other way. And he's looping. Ooh! Woo-hoo! Where's my replay? Jalen Green flying. But the Heat are off to a huge lead in the first quarter. Going into the second quarter, another kind of a close-ish game. And then the Heat just dominated the third quarter. Got another 20-point game here. Unless there's some sort of magical run in the fourth quarter, which it doesn't look like there's going to be. Another blowout as the Heat roll 127-109. Zion is joining the Heat. Jayshawn Tate gave you 18. Jalen Green gave you 17. Zion gave you 15. Tari Eason gave you 15. Just a bad game for the Rockets. As for the Heat, Tyler Hero 29-8. Trae Young 27-11. Paulo Banchero 25. Jimmy Buckets 18-9-14. And Kyle Lowry gave you 13. Bam Adebayo gave you 8 and 12. Looks like Zion is a Miami Heat taking over the power forward spot from Paulo Banchero. Is that the right move? Probably not in the long-term thinking, but for right now, we are in the imperialist NBA with the Heat leading the way. Like that rhyme? I mean, Zion Williamson joins the Heat, but I'm going to have Jimmy Butler get this overall point just because I think he's the most impactful player for the Heat. He's the leader. He's the alpha. He's the 95 overall, and that means we got another team to kick out of the tournament. Houston, you stuck around for a while, but you are gone. Your red becomes Miami Heat. Red. Alrighty, erasing Miami Heat logo, continuing to get a little bit bigger, and we're gonna have some showdowns coming up. Wizards, Knicks, Pistons, Mavs, Timberwolves, and of course the Suns, probably the favorite at this point to win it all. So the Rockets, get off my spinner as the spinner gets thinner. Next up is going to be the Timberwolves again, right? I don't know why this wheel is weighted towards the Timberwolves, but the Timberwolves, they're continuing to get every single spin ever. And where do they want to go? It's really a pick'em of what empty state do you want? Because I really don't want them to take on the Suns just yet. But hey, spin the arrow. And it goes straight to the right, straight east. You know what? That looks like the state that I know. It's Nebraska. Obviously. So gonna give Anthony Edwards another overall point. A little bit of this action and make sure we get that overall point going in 2K. It's something I always forget because, man, I don't know how many hours in we are at this point. This is gonna be one of those long videos. Settle in, lock in, put those seatbelts on. Anthony Edwards is a 93 overall. Spinning the wheel, I'ma spinning the wheel. I'ma try to spin the wheel. Dallas Mavericks, who you got? We look at the team, they could conceivably go anywhere as well. I feel like we have a Dallas Mavericks and Phoenix Suns fight incoming, inevitably. You never know, though. Here we go. I'm spinning the wheel, and I'm going to go straight up. That's Minnesota. All right, Dallas. See what you can do there. You know what, the fun police? I'm stepping in. I'm going to say that the Dallas Mavericks are currently right here. So they're going to be taking on the Detroit Pistons. We need to knock off the Pistons or knock out the Mavericks. So let's say the Mavericks are here. They go straight north and take on the Detroit Pistons instead. I want to get some of these states cleared up, knocked off, and let's go. Mavericks at the Pistons. And I kind of did a double take. I thought the Mavericks beat more teams. They picked up Keldon Johnson from the Spurs. They picked up Shai Gilgeous-Alexander from beating the who's it called? The what's-a-bahoozits. The Grizzlies, because we didn't want to take John Morant. But I'm like, damn, did they really not beat anybody else? Like, they didn't beat the Rockets, did they? That was the Heat. They didn't beat Jazz. They only beat like 2 teams. So despite having all this area, they're actually not that good beyond Luka Doncic. Am I crazy in that? Am I losing my mind? Pretty wild, but I went back, watched the tape, and we only have played with the Mavericks twice. So this is going to be play number 3. Mavericks at the Pistons. Luka Doncic versus Cade Cunningham. Kyrie Irving versus Jaden Ivey. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander versus Bojan Bogdanovic. Giannis versus Keldon Johnson. And Christian Wood versus Jalen Duren. Now, if you remember, Giannis has sandbagged every single team that he's been on. So I expect the Pistons to get absolutely whooped. That said, I'm kind of worried for the Mavericks because they're going to pick up Giannis. Does that mean that this run that they've been on goes on a complete loss? Or, I mean, the other option is a complete upset, and the Pistons upset for the second time. Who'd they beat last time? The Pacers. Kyrie Irving pulls up for 3 and misses. Giannis steps out of bounds, doesn't count because he's a superstar, and he kicks it up to Jaden Ivey, who's got Luka Doncic on him, who is also stepping out of bounds. Man, watching the CPU try to play basketball is hilarious. Jaden Ivey gets blocked. Jalen Duren picks it up and dumps it in 2-0 lead for the underdog Pistons going into the Simcast, and the Mavericks jump out to a first quarter lead. Here in the second quarter, the Pistons take away halftime. It's back and forth game. Here in the third, Mavericks about a 9-point lead. Hopefully it comes down to being a close game, and it looks like the Mavericks are going to dominate. They had a 40-point third quarter, and it is about 15-point lead, 4.5 minutes left. There's a chance to make it close, but it looks like it's too little, too late. The Pistons fall in another 20-point game, 129-143, just continuing to not have fun gameplay. But Giannis, 33, 9, 8, sandbagged his third team in this video. Jaden Ivey, 23, 4, and 9. Cade Cunningham, pretty underwhelming, 19 and 5. As for the Mavs, Shai, 47-point game, 6 rebounds, 12 assists. Luka, 26, 14, 15. I mean, holy Jesus. Kyrie Irving, 26, and the rest of the team was not all that good, but they're going to be bringing over another superstar, another 99 overall player in Giannis. Giannis officially joining the Mavericks, filling up that position of big guy that they need on their team. So it's going to look like Luka, Kyrie, Shai, Giannis, and then Christian Wood as well. And they got 2 99 overalls on their team, definitely comparable to what the Phoenix Suns are doing. So we're going to give Shai Gilgeous-Alexander that bump up to a 97 overall. Make sure we do the map. Sorry, Detroit, you're gone. And we're going to fill this with burnt Maverick blue. Y'all already know. So it looks like Mavericks versus Suns is going to be a heck of a matchup, certainly. The Timberwolves, they just been collecting a whole bunch of land. They haven't really been beating anyone. And then the Knicks, I think, are still sleepers out there on the East Coast as well. And the Miami Heat. Okay, where can the Heat go? It's like they can take on the Mavericks or the Wizards. I think either way you go, Miami, you're gonna be screwed here. I don't think either option is good for you. But good luck. Spin the wheel. You want left or up? You want up. Fair enough. Taking on the Wizards. Heat versus Wizards might be a pretty good matchup. We could theoretically make this a matchup of the, what's it called? The Mavericks, but I'm not going to, just because the Mavericks are one of the superpowers already in this video. Miami Heat going on the march to Washington, and this is going to be a good matchup. Trae Young versus LaMelo Ball, Bradley Beal versus Tyler Hero, Jimmy Buckets versus Kyle Kuzma, Zion Williamson versus Kristaps Porzingis, Bam Adebayo versus Joel Embiid. The Heat win. They've got pretty much a dynasty in their own right. Trae Young, Jimmy Buckets, Joel Embiid, Zion Williamson, definitely a menacing team. If the Wizards win, they'll pick up Jimmy Butler. It'll fill a hole and a weakness on their team. I'm not sure if they're good enough yet to win it all, but definitely going to be a fun one as looks like the Heat win the tip. Trae Young brings the ball up the court. Tyler Hero passionately calling for it. He wants the first bucket. He's a selfish player. Get him off the team. This is Heat culture. Trae Young setting a screen. I don't think I've ever seen that before. And Tyler Hero goes up with the up and under. Pretty layup for him. No defense being played. Bradley Beal coming the other way. LaMelo playing off ball. And what is Brad going to do with his first possession? Grab a screen from Joel Embiid. And he's going to dribble. And he's going to kick. And not a lot going on this possession. LaMelo Ball for three. Miss Joel. Grabs the rebound. Puts it back up. We got a 2-2 game. And we're hopping in to Simcast. Looks like the Heat jump out to a little bit of lead. Low scoring contest here in the second quarter going into halftime, and it's a back and forth game throughout. Third quarter, Wizards are starting to pick up some steam. They're winning 94-83. Looks like Joel Embiid cannot be stopped. A 10-point game at this point. Going to be a close one. 6-point game, 3-point game. Might finally go down to the wire, and here we go. 2 minutes left. 105-111. The Wizards kind of put up a couple points there while we were simcasting, but the Heat have the ball, kicks it to Trae Young. They need to get points fast, and they need to play defense as well. Trae Young going in, going to get a layup, a floater, 107-111. And yeah, this is what we get a highlight of, not Jalen Green getting a contested alley-oop, yamming it poster over somebody. We get a Trae Young floater. All right, Mobile One. Thank you for your realistic advertising. Okay, timeout 2. Thanks, good stuff. Kyle Kuzma bringing in the ball. And who's he going to pass to? Is it Kristaps Porzingis being picked up? Oh my God, Kristaps just throws it away. Silly, what are you doing? Who stops Bam? And not a whole lot going on in this possession. Jimmy Butler is stepping out of bounds. It is okay. He kicks it to Paolo Banchero, who's got the big Joel Embiid monster on him. Tyler Hero kicks it to Trae. Trae picks up the screen, and he's taking a long two, fading, misses. Boy, the Heat could have used that, cut it down to one possession. Bradley Beal on the break. Gets stopped by Tyler Hero, still going. And we got a backdoor travel from Monty Morris. It doesn't matter. Monty Morris gets 2 points. It's up to a 6-point game. 1.5 minutes left. The Washington Wizards need a timeout. Only one timeout for both teams as Trae Young has the ball. LaMelo guarding him. Trae trying to get around, and he's doing it himself. Take out your do-it-yourself kit, but he misses the contested layup. Trae, play some team basketball. LaMelo, open, doesn't take it. Had a notion, but Joel Embiid is going to get the ball, almost stepping out of bounds. Not sure what happened there. I guess this is an open jump hook, and he misses. Ooh, the window's still open. The dream's still alive for the Miami Heat. They're dribbling. Paolo Banchero goes right around Kristaps Porzingis, down to a 4-point game yet again. And another highlight of a really unimpressive play. Good stuff. Heat desperately need to stop here. 109-113, 1 minute left. The clock is ticking. Clock not on their side. LaMelo throws it, and Bam snatches it out of Joel Embiid's hand. Coming the other way, Bam Adebayo kicks it to Trae, who's open. Doesn't take the shot. Ooh, that was a little scary there. They're going to run their offense, though. 47 seconds left. The clock is ticking. Bam sets the screen. Trae goes around, lays it off. Foul? What is happening? The ball is loose. Joel Embiid has the ball. Oh, my God. Trae Young has blown this game. He's thrown this game. Zion is finally checking in late, but Trae Young may have done too much damage already. 39 seconds left. Are they going to foul? People just keep running past Bradley Beal. I don't know what the hell that was, and now they fouled. Looks like they're going to be playing the foul game, even though there was 33 seconds left. Bradley Beal, very good, very clutch free throw shooter. I expect him to make both. First one is up, and in. Second one is up and in. And now it is a 6-point game. Probably not a smart foul if I'm the Miami Heat, but there's still a chance. Get a 3, get a stop, and you have a shot to send this one to overtime. Trae Young dribbling. Tyler Hero is open for 3. Hand up. And that's game. The Miami Heat look like they're going to go down in flames. LaMelo Ball going to clutch out a couple free throws and one more missed shot. And your Miami Heat have been ousted by none other than the Washington Wizards. Joel Embiid had a solid game, 26, 13, and 4. Kristaps Porzingis rocking the Twin Tower lineup, 23 and 11. Brad gave you 17 and 7. Kuz gave you 17. Morris gave you 14. LaMelo Ball gave you 9, 2, and 10. Daniel Gafford gave you 6 and 10. What happened? The Heat just did not come to play. Jimmy Buckets tried, 27, 9, and 4. Trey, 17 and 13, and that's it. Bam, 17 and 15. Tyler Hero, 14. Zion, another disappointing game, 12 for him. And I think we'll be skipping taking Zion from the Heat because he has been horrible this game. Sending away Jimmy Butler to the Washington Wizards, filling a hole at that 3 spot that they kind of desperately needed. No offense to Kyle Kuzma, but he could qualify more as a backup. Team's going to look like this. LaMelo, Brad, Jimmy, Porzingis, and a 99 overall Joel Embiid. And let's make sure we give Jimmy Butler that 1 overall boost as well. Bump him up to a 96 overall. This Washington squad is starting to look mean. Update the map as well. Something like this. Bam, bam, and goodbye, Miami Heat. Get the hell off my map. What I'm going to do, actually, is I'm going to give the Suns, Washington. I'm going to give the Timberwolves, Iowa. You know what I'm going to do? Is I'm going to give the Knicks these 2, Maine and, what is this, New Hampshire. Then I'm going to give the Timberwolves Vermont. So the Knicks are going to pick up 2 states and 2 overall points. The Timberwolves are going to pick up 1. Mavericks going to pick up 1. Suns going to pick up 1. That way everybody kind of gets their overalls up and we knock off some of these states that don't matter. So start with the Suns, picking up Washington. You know what I mean? Just kind of get some of this junk out of the way. We got 99 overall Kevin Durant. We'll pick up a 98 overall Nikola Jokic. And then what were the other ones that I said? We'll give the Mavericks, Iowa. And that'll be, I guess, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander up to a 98 overall. Who would have thought? What we'll do is Timberwolves here. And I don't think the Wizards got one yet. So we'll do Timberwolves here. That's the wrong color. We'll do this as kind of like a separate part of the country. We'll do the New York Knicks here. And then we'll give the Wizards one as well. So everybody gets a piece of the pie. You know what I mean? We gotta fill out some of these states. It's gonna take forever. And give everybody a 1 overall bump. So Wizards, Knicks, and Wolves all get 1 overall boost. Wizards, Jimmy Butler up to a 97. Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards up to a 94. And the Knicks, I think Jason Tatum is officially going to enter the 99 overall squad. So there we go. Busy work out of the way. All that's left is these 4 teams. You got the Mavericks, you got the Timberwolves, you got the Wizards, and you got the Knicks. That's 5 teams. It's fine. So Heat, get the hell off my wheel as the spinner gets thinner. Looks like the New York Knicks are the next team on the move. Unfortunately, we've taken away any of those states that they could try to go after. Now it is time to take on the team that's closest to you. I mean, it's going to be the Wizards or the Timberwolves. Spinning the wheel, we're spinning the wheel, and they want to go down. Well, that's none other than the Washington Wizards. 100% set in stone. Knicks versus Wizards matchup of the East Coast. Winner basically controls almost the entirety of the Eastern Coast. So I had the Knicks as my dark horse favorite to win this whole thing as soon as they picked up Jason Tatum, effectively stole him and Mikal Bridges, and I was like, oh my God, the Knicks have it. But the Wizards have sneakily put together a super team of their own. You got Jalen Brunson versus LaMelo Ball, Bradley Beal versus RJ Barrett, Mikal Bridges versus Jimmy Buckets, Kristaps Porzingis versus Jason Tatum, a 99, but then Mitchell Robinson versus Joel Embiid. And the Wizards are the home team for this as well. So I gotta say, I'm pulling for the Washington Wizards, if you can imagine that. And another game on the Wizards home court. I don't know what it is, but the Wizards just got a lot of teams coming to them and then losing to them. So here they are with an entire squad of superstars. LaMelo Ball leading the way for them. Jalen Brunson trying to guard him. You got Bradley Beal coming off a screen and pulling up from 3 and making it. Okay. Well, let's see how Jason Tatum, the 99 overall, and the rest of the New York Knicks squad can overcome. I don't think the Knicks have what it takes to win this game, but you never know. It's a one-off. This is March Madness. This is a winner take all scenario, and that is RJ Barrett throwing the ball away like a doofus. What is this, real life? Kristaps Porzingis in transition, lays it up, and he draws the foul. Not a good start if you're rooting for the Knicks going into Simcast. And the Wizards have a little bit of a lead here in the first quarter going into halftime, and they have a close game, man, back and forth. I'm always in on these, and then the third quarter happens, and it's a 15-point lead, and it's a 20-point lead, and this game is pretty much over. There's still a little bit of time left, 100 to 115, 5 minutes left, going a little bit of a run if you're the Knicks, but it looks like it's too little, too late. Oh, it's close. 116, 121. The Wizards have the ball. All right, Jason Tatum trying to make a fiery comeback while Tom Thibodeau's guys are leading the way with something. I'm not really sure. Here's Bradley Beal, got the ball, giving it to nobody, getting a screen, and he's going to be open again for three. Splash. Oh, that would have been a dagger, but there's still hope. 5-point game, 1 minute left. New York Knicks bringing it. Jason Tatum, 99 overall, lays it up. It's a one-score game. Look at Jason Tatum glide with the smoothness. Kristaps Porzingis cannot stop him. I wonder where all the good players are, though. Jalen Brunson, RJ Barrett is out. Jimmy Butler is out. Don't tell me Jimmy fouled. No, Jimmy's there. He's just hanging out, doing what he does. Bradley Beal trying to ISO up on a 99 overall. What is this, real life? He's going to miss. Oh! Closer, Brad. Put the headband back on, young fella. Oh my God. Scoring over the outstretched arms of Jason Tatum. I did not expect that. Back up to a 5-point game. The Knicks gonna have to do what they do best, score and get a stop. Jason Tatum does draw the foul. Likely gonna hit them both because he is Jason Tatum. 45 points, 7 of 7 from the three-point line. He's doing everything he can to win this game. Joel Embiid checks back into the game. Looks like Jimmy checked out, and they put in Kyle Kuzma for the closing minutes. Not sure how I feel about that, especially since Jimmy Butler is one of the most clutch players in the NBA. Joel Embiid, though, look at his positioning, and he misses a wide open layup over Mitchell Robinson. What are you doing? Here we go. Jason Tatum, open, misses the layup. Is that game? Are they going to foul? What is happening? KP should be running out the clock, and there you go. They get the foul. 25 seconds left in the game. The CPU foul's way too early, but here's Kristaps Porzingis getting MVP chance. 3-point lead if he can make this. It's a 2-possession game. Swish. Cool as the other side of the pillow. Cool as an otter pop. And we got a 5-point game. The Knicks need a score, stop, and a score. And you can't even get a stop because they're fouling. I think this one is over. I think the New York Knicks come up just a little bit short to the Wizards. Got a good close one here, though. Jason Tatum missing that layup hurt. Even a 99 overall Jason Tatum choked hard. JT for 3. And that's game. Go ahead and do all the fouling that you need to. There you go. Bradley Beal going to the free throw line. Y'all already know Bradley Beal is clutch. Knocks both of them down, and it's getting desperate out here in New York. If you don't make a 3 here, it's over. Jason Tatum, long miss. And that is game. The Washington Wizards upset the New York Knicks. I don't think anybody predicted that the Wizards were going to be legitimate contenders in this series, let alone have a chance to win it all. But there you have it, 127 to 120. Your New York Knicks fall. And they didn't really get a lot of play. The wheel of fate just did not pick them. So Kristaps Porzingis, 27-12 game for him. Bradley Beal hit that clutch shot over JT. Or was that in the first minute? I've forgotten everything. What's my name? Joel Embiid, 28-5. LaMelo Ball, 16-8-11. Jimmy Bucket, 16-6-8. Kuz had 12. Daniel Gafford had 12 off the bench. As for the Knicks, JT, you saw 47 points. Tried to do it, but he just did not get enough help. Julius Randle, 19-6-6. Jalen Brunson, 16 points on 15 shots. And then Mikal Bridges gave him 10. Like, that was it. There's just not enough depth on this Knicks squad. Unfortunately, they fall. That means Jason Tatum is a Washington Wizard, so their team it's menacing. LaMelo Ball, Bradley Beal, Jimmy Buckets, Jason Tatum, Joel Embiid, Kristaps Porzingis off the bench, Kyle Kuzma as well. What a squad they have, and the 1 overall bump is going to go again to Jimmy Buckets. Now he's up to a 98 overall. And then there were 3. Knicks, goodbye. So we have, I guess, 4. We got the Mavericks, the Wizards, and the Timberwolves. I like either one of their chances to win minus the Timberwolves. I think the Timberwolves are going to lose. Knicks, get the hell off my wheel. Don't duplicate, get the hell off my wheel. 4 teams left. The spinner gets thinner. Next up is the Timberwolves. All right, the Timberwolves have not had a lot of help in this series. They're basically going to need a Herculean effort from Anthony Edwards, and then whatever possibly can happen for the rest of their squad. So what direction do they want to go? Spin the arrow of fate, and it's going down and to the left. That looks like southwest. That's Phoenix, man. All right, Anthony Edwards versus the entire Phoenix squad. All I gotta say is good luck. We got the Timberwolves at the Suns. Mike Conley versus LeBron James. Anthony Edwards versus Devin Booker gonna be a matchup, and then Jaden McDaniels versus Kevin Durant. Karl Towns versus Domantas Sabonis. Pascal Siakam versus Nikola Jokic. Do we want to go super big here? Like maybe? Let's go super big. I'm going to drop Pascal Siakam to the 3, Karl at the 4, and then start Rudy Gobert. See if he can stop Nikola Jokic somewhat. This is going to be one heck of a matchup for Anthony Edwards. Can he will this team to victory over the overwhelming favorite at this point? The team that knocked off the other favorite LA Lakers, or are the Suns going to romp and the Suns going to roll? In Poho Enix, you got the Suns, you got the Wolves, you got Nikola Jokic winning the tip, gives it off to the tallest man in the NBA, LeBron James, who gives it off to the best passer in the NBA, Nikola Jokic, which is wild to say since he's like 7'2", 450 pounds. Book on Ant, Durant on Siakam, a little bit better of a matchup. KD trying to get Izzy with it, and he just pulls up in Pascal's face, doesn't get anything on it. Pascal bringing the ball up the other way. And boy, Pascal versus KD does not seem fair. Here you go. Mike Conley versus LeBron James does not seem fair. Rudy Gobert versus Nikola Jokic does not seem fair. As that was an ugly pass from Pascal. Nikola Jokic intercepts it. KD dribbling, spinning, kicks it. LeBron driving, pulls up, and he misses. We still got a 0-0 game, almost 1 minute in. Teams are rusty. Teams are trying to figure themselves out, figure out what's the best way for them to score offensively. And LeBron, what are we doing? Are we posting up Cat on Sabonis? That'll be interesting. Ooh, Sabonis. Learn to play defense, son. Karl Towns just cooked you. And hopping into Simcast, we have the Timberwolves jumping out to a lead, and then the Suns return, and the Suns go on a roll. It's only a 10-point game at this point, going into halftime, back and forth game. The Timberwolves are putting up one heck of a fight, and you have to give nothing but respect to them. But the third quarter is where things get feisty. Still a close game going into the fourth, and maybe we'll actually hop in and just kind of enjoy what's happening now. A 9-point game. Suns are starting to pull away. Timberwolves need to score. They've only got 6 points here in the fourth quarter. There you go. 5 minutes left. 99, 105, 101, 107. If it gets a little bit close, come on, Timberwolves, make a bucket, make a shot, and it is now down to a 10-point game. The Timberwolves need to go on a run, and they need to go fast. And why is Kyle Anderson and Naz Reid in this game? What is happening? What are these lineups? Anthony Edwards isn't even on the court right now. Oh, 2K coaching. I don't even know what to say. Cliff Paul trying to do his best to guard Pascal. That seems like a mismatch. I would take him into the post and bully him. And nothing came out of it. Boy, there's so many centers on the court right now. There you go. Naz Reid for 3. Rudy Gobert misses the offensive rebound. And this game looks like it's going to be over. Maybe 1 or 2 more shots from the Suns, and that's it. Cliff Paul dancing, cooking. Gets his shit blocked, and it's out of bounds. Even though he cooked, he got rejected pathetically. Karl Towns says, get that shit out of here. Mike Conley coming back in, so is Anthony Edwards. And it looks like LeBron is out? Or he's just standing with DeAndre Ayton. Yeah, no, that's smart. LeBron, 99 overall. I'd sub him out for Cliff Paul. Yeah. Cliff Paul fading, 3, missing. Well, there's still a chance. 2 minutes left. The Timberwolves need to go on a run. They haven't scored in 44 minutes. Oh my God. Anthony Edwards got Domantas Sabonis on him. That should be a mismatch, but instead it's not. Ant spinning, floating, missing, and Sabonis gets the rebound. Kevin Durant taking it up the court. He's got Conley on him. That's a mismatch too. There's so many mismatches in these games, and yet here is Nikola Jokic taking a runner. 2 points, 1 more score, and that's probably game. 12-point lead for the Suns. The Timberwolves fought, man. They played valiantly. This game is a lot closer than I expected, especially with all the blowouts that we've been dealing with. Anthony Edwards pulling up, hand in his face. Rudy Gobert can't get the rebound. And this is probably game. Get 1 more dagger bucket, and we'll call it. Come on, Cliff. Show me what you got. Dribbling, kicking, Joker, 99, 4-3, splash. That is all she wrote. Nice effort from the Timberwolves, but they ultimately fall, lose 120 to 103. Joker had a 30, 11, and 8 game. KD 24. LeBron James 23, 5 and 9. DeAndre Ayton 12 points in 18 minutes. Cliff Paul gave you 10 and 11. Devin Booker gave you 9. Who didn't play? Why did Cliff Paul get so many minutes? Not really sure, but Anthony Edwards did okay. Just not a Herculean effort you were looking for. 24, 4 and 9. Pascal gave you 20 and 10. Karl Towns gave you 18. Jalen Noel gave you 13. Rudy Gobert gave you 6 and 5. I mean, that's why you lost, Timberwolves. Rudy Gobert gave you 6 and 5. After all those overall bumps, Anthony Edwards is officially on the Phoenix Suns. Who's going to get an overall boost? We'll give it to Joker. I know LeBron James is a 96 here, but he was a 99 overall at one point. We just changed his position. So I assume if we go in and change this again, it'll be back up to a 99. So whatever. Nikola Jokic, 99. Kevin Durant, 99. LeBron James, theoretically, 99 as well. And Anthony Edwards is going to take over for Devin Booker because of all those overall boosts, unless we want to go big. Ant is 6'4". Book is 6'5". Yeah, I'm about that life. Something more like this. LeBron James, Anthony Edwards, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Nikola Jokic. I'm all in on that sort of roster. And let's make sure we fix the map. The Timberwolves took over Canada, had a good time, but overall, they lost to none other than the dominant and the ferocious Phoenix Suns. Fill this up with that burnt orange. And the Suns are starting to take over, man. There's only 2 teams possible that could step in their way. You got the Mavericks and you got the Washington Wizards. Either of them are more than capable. Are they going to be able to? I just don't know. Going over to the wheel, Timberwolves gone. And let's spin the wheel as the spinner gets thinner. 3 teams left. Phoenix Suns on the march yet again. What direction do they want to go? They can only take on the Mavs. Like maybe they could take on the Wizards if they get the right sort of directional arrow, I guess. And maybe give them that corner, but I think it's going to be a Mavericks Suns game, and you can't go that way. I think theoretically you can if you go by Michigan, so we'll do Suns at the Mavericks. Suns at the Mavericks. Can anyone stop the Suns? You got LeBron James versus Luka Doncic, 99 overalls against each other. Anthony Edwards versus Kyrie Irving, Devin Booker versus Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Kevin Durant versus Giannis Antetokounmpo, Nikola Jokic versus Christian Wood. Obviously, the Suns are the favorite. Mavericks do have home court advantage, and Mavericks have Giannis, who sandbagged like 3 teams in a row. Will he sandbag another team and ruin the Mavericks' hopes for winning NBA Imperialism A- home court advantage? Christian Wood with the tip, and he loses. Honestly, we should stick in Giannis as a center, but not going to do that. Devin Booker catches his 3. He's got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander riding him, takes a contested 2, misses, and Luka Doncic grabs the ball, kicks it up to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and go around Devin Booker. I thought he had an angle there for a second. But what a matchup. What a clash of superstars, of talents. Giannis can't shoot. Giannis on Kevin Durant. Boy, 2 different types of players. Giannis jacking up a 3? I think you'll let Kevin Durant enjoy that all night if that's what Giannis is going to be doing. It's like, no, I don't want to drive. I want to shoot step back 3s. Like he's Trae Young or something. Devin Booker takes the screen, steps back, pump fakes, pivots, travels, Nikola Jokic to Anthony Edwards. Not a lot going on this possession. Still 0-0, 1 minute in. Anthony Edwards takes a long 2 and in and out. Mavericks escape as Giannis is dribbling. Now Luka Doncic is getting glitchy. Kicks it to Christian Wood, probably the weakest player in this game on this team. And Giannis over Booker, pump faking, traveling, jump hooking, 2 points. And the Mavericks are the first to score. I don't need a highlight of this. Giannis traveled, all right? I don't care what that pivot foot looks like. That's a travel, coach. He took 7 steps going into the first quarter. The Suns jump out to an early lead here in the second quarter, about a 6-9 point game. Not terrible, not horrible. Back and forth going into the halftime. This is definitely going to be one of the better matchups we've had. Third quarter, really high scoring contest. Back and forth game now in the fourth quarter. Suns have a little bit of a lead. You need the Mavericks to make a bit of a run. You're hoping, you're praying. 6 points, 5 points, 7 points. Definitely going to be one that we're going to be watching and enjoying. Can the Mavericks get a bucket? We're tied up here. 17-16, 4 minutes left. I'm going to hop in here, just kind of let the game play out a little bit. I'm hoping that the Mavericks can go on somewhat of a run, make this competitive. Maybe we'll even see a game winner. 5-point game here, 133-128. And LeBron James matched up against Luka Magic. Who is the best player in 2K? Is it GOAT James? Is it Nikola Jokic? Is it Domantas Sabonis? I was mesmerized. I'm like, wow, that's a really high arcing three. And then it missed. But then nobody got the rebound because everybody else was mesmerized too. What you gonna do? Kyrie Irving checks into the game. I think he's replaced by... No, Kyrie Irving is in. And he's taken a layup. 2 points, easy. And it's back down to a 5-point game. Don't really need a highlight of Kyrie Irving making a layup, but thank you, game. If you ever watch Kyrie Irving, his layups are always 15 times harder than that. And Kyrie Irving, Uncle Drew. I wish he wasn't like, you know, literally crazy as LeBron James just nails a three-pointer. They've made 9 more threes than the Mavs. Like, Kyrie Irving on the court is such a unique talent, such an absolute specimen. And we're robbed of so many awesome highlight plays. He's literally on the level of Ja Morant as Shea takes it 2, misses, doesn't get his own rebound. As far as highlights every night, I'd put them side by side in watchability, but just everything else off the court, Kyrie Irving is a problem. Luka, oh man, Anthony Edwards got Kyrie Irving up in the air and makes a 2-pointer. It is now a 10-point game that's starting to get away from the Mavericks, and it looks like there might be too little, too late as Giannis sandbags yet another team. Still 3 minutes left. There's always time to go on a run. Kyrie Irving, mid-range, splash. Down to an 8-point game. Bron bringing the ball up the court, and it looks like KD's trying to post up on the shorter Keldon Johnson. I like this matchup for KD. He's got maybe 6 inches, doesn't quite get the ball. Then Booker just kind of frozen, taking a contested 3 instead. Missing, but Sabonis once again in position. Hands up defense by Luka, draws the foul, gets the and one. That might be game. Back up if he hits his free throw. Misses, and KD gets the board, and he misses. All right, still a 10-point game. Kyrie Irving gonna do a little magic here. Doesn't look like it. A weird camera. I think I mentioned this before, but the guy who controls the camera on this angle is drunk. He's just flooping side to side like a crazy person. Kyrie Irving from effectively short range jumper. That's 2 points, 142, 134. Clock is not the Mavericks' friend, but they are trying to push and make a comeback. They just need to play a little bit of defense, which is a problem when you have Kevin Durant, when you have Anthony Edwards, when you have LeBron James, and when you have this man, Devin Booker, with the ball in his hands. Taking the screen, pulling up. That's a tough shot. And a miss. Seawood grabs the board, kicks it all the way up. Shea just going right through, draws the foul, and just misses the and one. Mavericks are still fighting. 142, 134, and 5. Shea's hit 15 of 15 free throws. What is his real life? And looks like Giannis is checking in for Keldon Johnson. Finally, 2 minutes left in the game. Why is Maxi Kleber in the game? Wait, what? They didn't check in Giannis, they checked in Maxi Kleber for shooting? Oh, boy. And Luka just throws the ball away. Down to a 7-point game. That could have cut it to 5, and instead Luka pulls a dumb. Now Anthony Edwards trying to go ISO. And Maxi Kleber is going to try to guard Kevin Durant. Good luck is all I have to say. Kleber! AD triple threading. And takes the screen, and he... That was just dumb. I don't know how else to describe it. Christian Wood tries to take a charge. Probably should have got the animation, but he didn't get the right bump. And then Kevin Durant finger rolls it 15 feet in the air, and then it spins forever and goes in. What a series of events. It is a 9-point game with 1.5 minutes left. The Mavericks need a score, a stop, and a score again to even get this remotely competitive. Offense has not come easy. Kyrie Irving taking a 3, making a 3. That's exactly what the doctor ordered. Down to a 2-possession game. 144, 138. Giannis is riding the bench. He's sandbagged enough. Put in Maxi Kleber. Put in Markieff Morris. Is that who's about to check in? That's so bizarre. Suns 3, splash. Ooh! There's your stop. You need one more score. There's only 1 minute left in this one. 6-point game. Kyrie Irving with the ball in his hand. He's open. He's fading. And he's choking. Oh, if he just set his feet, he probably could have got that shot off. But instead, the Suns have the ball again. And a 3 from LeBron James misses. And the Mavericks get their break. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander bring the ball up the court. Pushing hard in transition. Misses the layup of his own. And we're dangerously close to we need to foul. And Kevin Durant gets a wide open bucket. That is going to be game. Unless the Mavericks pull out some sort of Luka magic, this one is over and the Suns continue to roll. Best team in the NBA, best team in America. Dwight Powell is inbounding the ball. What are these head-scratching coaching decisions that are being made here? We got Shea. No, that's Kyrie Irving. Wasting a lot of time here. You want to catch and shoot three, probably for Luka Doncic right here. Coming across, 2 screens, getting bumped, nothing happening. Time, precious seconds being wasted. And Kyrie is open for 3. There you go, down to a 5-point game. You got to foul and you got to make another 3-pointer. Foul LeBron James. He's the one guy who can't shoot in this team. Anthony Edwards is probably a knockdown free throw shooter at this point. And the first one up. And good. Yeah, this was the wrong guy to foul. Foul Sabonis. Foul LeBron. Don't foul Anthony Edwards. He goes 2 for 2. It's a 7-point game. The Mavericks use their last time out. They continue to need a miracle. That's going to be a 3, a turnover, and another 3 if you want to even get close to something good happening here. Inbound goes to Kyrie Irving for 3. That's the right guy in the corner, and he misses, unfortunately. And Dwight Powell is the guy who you have in there to get the offensive rebound instead of Giannis, instead of Christian Wood. They have Dwight Powell and JaVale McGee in the game. I just don't understand these head-scratching decisions. But the Suns are going to win and steal Luka Doncic. 148-141, high-scoring contest, competitive, fun, but overall, the Suns walk away victors. Shea had a solid game, 27, 6, and 9. Luka, 24, 10, and 10. Kyrie Irving gave you 24. Keldon gave you 18. Giannis only gave you 15 in 20 minutes. I don't know what happened because he didn't have foul troubles. Oh, he did. Christian Wood gave you 14, and Dwight Powell gave you a 10. As for the Suns, Anthony Edwards gave you 36. Kevin Durant gave you 28, 8, and 7. LeBron James gave you 27 and 11. The Joker gave you 18 and 8. Book gave you 16. Cliff Paul gave you 16. You know what? I think we should just do this for the meta. Let's try to sandbag the Suns with Giannis. He is lost with every single team that he's on. Like, Giannis has been a bad luck charm every single time. The Suns have been the dominant winners of this video. How about we have the Giannis try to sandbag the best team in the NBA? Let's see how powerful the Giannis drag is real. But they have Kevin Durant, Nikola Jokic, and Giannis 99 overalls. LeBron James theoretically a 99 overall as well. And they're going to be taking on the Washington Wizards all the way over here. Button presses, who have 199 in Joel Embiid, 199 in Jason Tatum, 198 in Jimmy Buckets. But then the rest is just Wizards, man. The deepest team in the NBA. Also, I forgot to give the Suns a 1 overall boost to, we'll give it to Anthony Edwards, up to a 95 overall. And the Mavericks are gone. The Suns, they're like a parasite. They're just taking over every single country, every single nation, and they're saying, we own America. Suns burnt orange continues to get bigger. Look at the Suns. Look at their huge swath of land, and the only one standing in their way is the Washington Wizards, and hopefully Giannis Antetokounmpo as well. Gonna do his best to bring down the Suns as well. Forgot this little area here, and boom, Wizards versus Suns for the finals matchup. Who's going to be the team that is on the road and who's going to be at home? Who's going on the offensive first as the Mavericks get off my spinner as the spinner gets thinner? The final spin is going to be the Wizards going on the road to Phoenix, and they're going to try to do their best to take over this country. One last team, one last game. And the final game of NBA Imperialism, Washington Wizards at the Phoenix Suns. And honestly, I mean, we could have seen the Phoenix Suns coming. They got Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Cliff Paul, DeAndre Ayton, and they can just continue to get better, steal players from the East Coast. But thought the Lakers were going to be a bit of a problem, then the Suns just steamrolled. The Wizards, though, are definitely a surprise. They picked up LaMelo Ball, they picked up Joel Embiid, and then they just started to continue to pick up players until they got a really good squad on their own. They're the East Coast, not quite as big in mass and as volume, but they definitely have a good, formidable roster in their own right. You got LaMelo Ball versus LeBron James, Bradley Beal versus Anthony Edwards, Jimmy Buckets now a 98 overall versus Kevin Durant, Giannis versus Jason Tatum, Joel Embiid versus Nikola Jokic. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4 99 overalls, 198 overall, and then a couple of 80s as well. You look at the benches, and I have this as a game 7 of the NBA Finals as well. You got Kristaps Porzingis coming off the bench, Kyle Kuzma, Markieff Morris. I mean, the Wizards, basically, their bench squad. And then for the Suns, you got Devin Booker coming off the bench, Domantas Sabonis, Cliff Paul, DeAndre Ayton, TJ Warren. I mean, both of these teams are completely stacked, but we're going to be watching and enjoying in Phoenix, Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Winner doesn't only win the NBA championship, they win everything. They win America and Canada. And the tip goes to, of course, between the two best centers in the NBA. Nikola Jokic, MVP 2 times in a row, wins the tip. And kicks it in to a LeBron James who has a serious size matchup over LaMelo Ball, sending over the double team. It works as Giannis can't shoot. I think the Giannis sandbag might be real. Giannis pulling up and splashing a jumper? Okay. Yeah. Speechless is the only thing I have to say. Ooh, wide open right there, Bradley Beal, and he missed. But Jason Tatum gets his shit rejected. Giannis comes up with a great defensive play. Giannis sandbags teams, and now he's the MVP. He's going to be the best player on the court. He's going to say, I want my 50-piece chicken nugget. I'm going to Wendy's. Joker trying to back up and shoot over Joel Embiid, and he greens it. What a mean step back, and it's not a good start for your Washington Wizards. LaMelo Ball going to try to answer back. Got a LeBron on him, who's a worse defender in real life than he is in 2K. Bradley Beal picking up a couple screens, kicking it to Joel Embiid, who throws it down. Yam it on the monster dunk or the big fella. What is Joel Embiid's nickname? Is it The Process? I hate that nickname. I appreciate the sentiment, but I hate the nickname. You know what I mean? I don't want to call him The Process. I want to call him like Joey or Big Joe. Give him something good. Anyway, Giannis, ball handling, got a 99 overall. Jason Tatum on him. Playing good lockdown defense here. Giannis can't shoot, and Giannis draws the foul. Can Giannis free throw is the question. How long is this? Should we time it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, that's a 10-second violation, and he still misses. Thankfully, this is a video game, so we can just skip through Giannis's free throw ritual as he misses them both, even though it was 80% slightly early. Welcome to Blazers franchise. And is this Bradley Beal shooting off the back of the court? No, that's Jimmy Butler trying to shoot on the wrong side. Why are they showing epic highlights like we're not a minute and a half into this Game 7? Point guard LeBron James bringing the ball up the court. Kind of forgot that he's even playing. There's just so many superstars and so much talent on this team. Giannis can't shoot. Kicks it to Joker. Remember, he bullied Joel Embiid, and I don't even know what that was. I'm going to chuckle and say that was what we expected. Bradley Beal kicks it over to LaMelo Ball. Got the aging LeBron James on him. Should be a mismatch, but it's not. Jason Tatum bringing the ball over, taking a contested 3, missing a contested 3. Nobody there on the rebound. Really low scoring contest up to this point in the first quarter. 4-2, 2 minutes into the game. LeBron dribbling. Will he take a step back jumper? Will he shoot it in the young fella's face? Remember, LaMelo's brother Lonzo drafted to LeBron's team before he got traded away for Anthony Davis. LaMelo grabs the miss. Brings it up the court the other way. Stops the transition. Bron playing lockdown defense. And Bradley Beal for 3. Misses. I'm rooting for the Wizards, man. They're Washington. They're America's team. They have America's colors, and the Suns are just the juggernauts, you know? Like we expected them to win. I'm going to hop into Simcast here. Hopefully it's not a blowout. As the Suns are up in the first. Nope, it's Wizards leading in the first. Going into the second quarter, the Suns have a little bit of a lead here. In the third, about a 5-point game. Looks like this is going to be a fun one to watch once we get into the fourth quarter. 4-point game here. 3-point game. Hours of editing and watching this video has culminated in this very moment. 4-point game. 97-93. 9 minutes left. 97-99. If this game ever ties up, I'm just going to start watching. You know, let's watch at like the 5-minute mark. See if the Wizards can get a good score here. 108-104. Tightly, closely contested contest. Giannis still in the game, but Kristaps Porzingis and Kyle Kuzma making an appearance. Looks like Joker, Durant, Book, James, and Giannis. Anthony Edwards sitting on the bench for Devin Booker. And Joker taking a contested 3. Missing a contested 3. Kristaps Porzingis comes down with a strong rebound. Giannis streaking. And Jason Tatum picked up by King James. Who you got? Tatum going around, taking the 3, making the 3. It is a 1-point game. 108-107. 4.5 minutes left in this Game 7 NBA Finals, Imperialism Finals. Booker kicks it to Joker, pump fakes, dribbles, and he's got a wide open lane to the basket here. Joel Embiid blocks him from behind. Kuzma bringing the ball up the court the other way slowly, kicks it to Jimmy Buckets, who gets blocked pathetically. Joker having a pretty good game. Nothing spectacular. I don't think there's enough ball to go around for somebody to drop to 50 points tonight or something. Jimmy's going to operate the offense. Looks like Joel Embiid going to come set a screen for him. Try to bully the Joker on defense, which is certainly doable. Wide open, and the Washington Wizards take a 1-point lead as the Joker completely vacates the lane. Don't know what he was doing. Maybe afraid of the three from Joel Embiid, but Jimmy Bucket says, thank you. I'll take that. This is the first lead the Wizards have had since I think the first half. I could be wrong though. Joker just going Joker here, and he lays it up over two defenders of the Wizards. Just getting glitchy. You know how it is. That's probably an and one too, for being completely honest. Bradley Beal running the offense for the Wizards. And we got Embiid setting a screen. All right, gonna try and bully Joker again. Step back elbow jumper, probably not the shot you want. You're a Washington Wizard fan here, but only a 1-point game, 110 to 109, 3.5 minutes left. Joker sets the screen, and Book takes it. Buckets gets the bump. Joker open for three. Splash! 4-point game. Nikola Jokic proving his worth. Demonstrate value. What's the rest of that? Dennis method. Separate entirely. That's all I got for you. LaMelo Ball goes right around, passes it to Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid takes the and one. Put it in, big fella. Showing that he's the real MVP of the league. And Joel Embiid, no stranger to the free throw line, makes it 1 for 1. It is a 1-point game yet again. 3 minutes, 3 seconds left in this battle of juggernauts, battle of titans. This is like France versus Britain. LeBron James diving down the court, kicks it to an open Booker for three, and he misses the open jumper. Ooh. And you make that, you put it back up to a 4-point game and put all the pressure on the Wizards. Now it's a 1-point game. LaMelo Ball running the offense, kicking it around. Not sure what the play is, but Jimmy Butler once again gets a wide open shot. Joel Embiid, nope, Nikola Jokic vacates the premises yet again, but now the Jimmy Butler is missing a wide open jumper. Giannis trying to get glitchy. Giannis has size. Jimmy, great defender. Giannis, better shooter. It is a 3-point game. I mean, we made fun of Giannis a lot for being on the losing team like 5 times in a row, but he's playing pretty good basketball in this stretch. Playing good defense. He's making jump shots. LaMelo pulls up and misses in and out an easy jumper. That's not what you want to see from the Wizards. Quick bucket, quick one-shot possession, and they are losing. Down by 3. Nikola Jokic kicks it to the post, and LeBron James gets doubled. Giannis can't shoot. That's the one thing that Giannis can't do, is he can't shoot. 3, 2, 1, pull up. Joel Embiid, hand in his face, misses. Kristaps Porzingis running the break. LaMelo Ball calling for it, but he's getting ignored because Bradley Beal says, I'm going to do this myself. Take out your do-it-yourself kid. ISO up on Anthony Edwards. Not great offense, but it doesn't matter. Bradley Beal throws it down. Look at this poster. Joker inbounds it back to a 1-point game, and they get a wide open layup, but LeBron misses the layup, does get the foul. Don't know what happened on the back door there, but LeBron James got to hit some clutch free throws. Now he is a 99 overall at this point, so he's probably going to make them both. If this was real life, you'd go, oh, there's no way he makes them, right? He's maybe a 75% free throw shooter. Makes one and makes them both, back up to a 3-point game. The Wizards are doing fine offensively. They just need to get a stop. Right now, they need to score, though, down by 3. 1.5 minutes left. LaMelo Ball kicks it to Joel Embiid deep in the paint. Joel Embiid takes a tough jump hook, but greens it over the Joker. No defense allowed. Joker can only put his hands up and look silly, while MVP Joel Embiid is sticking it to the Joker. We got a 1-point game yet again, back and forth. Just a dogfight here. Battle of heavyweights. Anthony Edwards pump faking and shoots and misses over Bradley Beal. Kristaps Porzingis has the ball, kicks it up. Where's Jason Tatum, by the way? Noticeable lack of him. LaMelo Ball open for 3. Splash! Wizards up by 2. Is my bias coming in? I'm rooting for the Wizards. I want the underdogs to win this. The Suns to go home empty-handed. Book brings the ball up the court. Now down by 2. how the tables have turned. Trying to ISO up on Jimmy. Jimmy playing lockdown defense as he always does. Book trying to get glitchy, and he misses the layup. Kristaps Porzingis brings the ball the other way. They have the lead. 37 seconds left. 20-second point shot clock differential. Those are the words I'm looking for. We're so many hours into this. I'm tired. Joel Embiid gonna bully Nikola Jokic yet again. Pump fake, shoots, layup, misses. Suns bring the ball up the other court. There's only 1 second differential. Giannis has the ball. Giannis can't shoot. And he passes it to Joker, who kicks it back out. Possession lost. Almost had an open jumper there, but Devin Booker gonna try to ISO up again on Jimmy. 9-8, mean step back for three. Splash! Devin Booker with a mean jumper takes the lead. 1 point lead for the Suns. 7.4 seconds left. That was dirty. And now the Wizards need to work a little magic. 7.4 seconds left in this game. Got to get a shot up. Got to get something good. The CPU is always broken. Ball's in LaMelo's hand. Kicks it to Joel Embiid, who's the MVP. Shoots over Joker. Misses, and the Wizards fall. The Suns are your NBA champions. The Suns are your Imperial champions. The Suns are the champions of America. Kevin Durant, Giannis Antetokounmpo, LeBron James, Nikola Jokic, Devin Booker, Anthony Edwards, and that is how this one ends. The huge favorites win in a close one from a step back three with 7 seconds left by Devin Booker. Woo! What a conclusion. What a finish to this one. Devin Booker was huge for them.
Congratulations to the whole organization and, of course, this incredible team. This Larry O'Brien trophy, and I believe this suitcase are yours. Your Bill Russell finals.
And the finals MVP goes to none other than GOAT James, wearing number 8 in a Phoenix Suns jersey. That just don't look right, but there you have it. The eventual champions are your Phoenix Suns. What a game. What a back and forth battle. Kevin Durant 28-6, Nikola Jokic 28-10, Ant 17, Giannis 11-7, LeBron 10-6, Book 10. Joel Embiid did everything he could, but he just missed that jumper to win the game over the Joker. 36 for him and 11 rebounds. LaMelo 25 and 14. Brad had 17. Jimmy had 15. What a battle. What an epic game. What a conclusion as the Suns are victorious. And let's just go ahead and make this official. Sorry for all of your efforts, Washington, but you came up just a little bit short. And the Imperialism champions, round 2, goes to the Phoenix Suns. There you have it, your champions. Phoenix, thank you so much for watching this long-ass video. I'll catch you in the next one.